To bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
A very good morning to you. How's it going this Thursday, 23rd of July? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor is with you, and we're here with Arnold Clark. And it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check that out online now. How's things this Thursday? This is it. The kids break up today. There's no more school after this. We're done, Gabs.
It's over.
Hashtag pray for me.
It's over. Especially if you've got young kids.
To be fair, mine are kind of on the home stretch now. Like turn 7.
Yeah, but they're still
kind of looking forward to the holidays.
What are they like, in the sense that, like, is it every morning? Okay, what's the plan today? What's the activity?
No, they're kind of getting to that where they like chilling in the gap.
Play on their own.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah, you need a bit of that.
You're lucky as that you've got 2 as well, same age, that can play together in the garden.
I'm like, guys, I had twins. Go play with each other.
Yeah, go and play. Like I said yesterday, just come in when you're hungry. There you go. Throw them a pack of crisps.
Those were the days. You didn't even get lunch. You were sent out in the morning after your cereal. Come back when you're hungry.
And there was a lot more trust back then, I think, with how the world was. Yeah. Go to the park at 10 years old and you're fine. No locations, just come back when you know how to get home. The park's a 5-minute walk away. Get yourself home.
Yeah, chat the kids on the street. Everyone goes out.
Mum and Dad come home at 6:30 from work, and then maybe have a bit of dinner. How's your day? Good. Yeah. We had Royal Rumble. We all got black eyes from fighting, but we're fine.
That's the way.
Different world back then, though.
We used to have on our street, like you could go at the second lamppost. That was your like limit of where you could get to.
Yeah.
Which wasn't very far in reflection.
You know what's scary, Shebahn, is that when I was younger,
What's scary, Gavin?
I remember like the park used to be rammed, like in any holiday. If I went to my local park now, it's a massive park and it's empty. Because kids don't want to go to the park anymore.
They just want to sit on there.
Do you remember like it was a treat to go to the park?
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, okay. Like they're doing you a favour going.
Yeah.
Because they want to sit on their iPads, they want to sit on their phones, and they want to go on all these apps. When I was younger, it was like, park, oh wow, what a treat. You might get like, and McDonald's was a treat.
Yeah.
We used to have McDonald's.
Love a Happy
Remember
Meal.
McDonald's in Erdington High Street, where I live? And it was there, and it was like once a year. Even like a chip shop was every bonfire night. Used to have a chip shop. That was a treat. Now, if you take the kids to McDonald's and I'll say to them, like, you're so lucky this is a treat, and they're like, oh, I must have been dead when you were. That's what they say to me. Oh, it must have been hard, man. That was it's not, but it's the olden days, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
my
olden
kids
days.
call it the olden days about me growing up. I'm like, it was about 20 years ago.
But you know, like money was tight back in the day, Shebahn. It was like an ice cream now and then, and McDonald's now and then during the 6 weeks holidays. You can get somewhere in the UK for holiday, Blackpool or Great Yarmouth. We went to. It was like that was your summer. That was amazing. Now it's like, where are we going? I got my passport in my hand.
Be honest though, do you give into it? Like, are you a bit of a pushover dad?
In a way, sometimes, but sometimes I do have the days where I'm just like, no.
Don't cross daddy today.
Yeah, go and grab a pot noodle out the cupboard. That'll do you little. But it's a different world, isn't it? They don't get it what we all went through.
I know, tough times out playing in the sun.
But it was good times, wasn't
I
it?
know, it was great times.
Do you know what I mean?
Simple
You'd
times.
fill your bottle up with tap water and a bit of cordial, and that'll do you the whole day. These kids now, tap water, I'd look at you like, how dare you?
Even a carton of Ribena
Bottled water only.
back in the day was like Ribena,
What is a treat?
a Capri Sun.
Going to the shop and getting a pack of Skittles for 30p.
That was
a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Now they want to come out of a trolley for the sweets.
Should we just do this for this?
Sorry, I know I'm a moany old man moaning
No.
about kids, but there's just a different world out there.
It is. It's
The good old days are
the
gone.
game's gone.
The game has gone.
The game's gone.
Yeah.
Let's start today with the actual sport now, shall
Sorry,
we?
yeah.
The news
Sorry.
that Phil Foden has signed a new deal at Manchester City, keeping him at the club until 2030. And he reacted to the news yesterday.
Unbelievable feeling. Obviously, being here since a young age, coming through the full academy into the first team. It's always been a dream of mine to play for City. And I'm lost for words really to continue my journey. I've had so many great memories here, winning a lot of trophies, and I've enjoyed every single day. Obviously, I had a dream to make it to the first team, but to stay here this long, it's a dream really. And like I said, I'm just enjoying it and trying to make the most of it.
It's a big reset moment, isn't it, for Phil Foden, because missing out in the World Cup last season, not really featuring.
I think Phil Foden set his standards so high, Shebahn, in the 2023-2024 season that the last two seasons have been a real disappointment to his standards. In 2023-2024, he got 19 goals in the Premier League, 8 assists. That got him PFA Player of the Year. 2024, 2025, and 2025 and 2026 combined, 14 goals, 5 assists. So it just shows that like his numbers have decreased massively, and even if we forget about stats, when we watch him, his performances have dropped massively. So now it's a reset in the sense of new contracts, fantastic. They've got their faith in you, which they do anyway, just to protect themselves if someone come in to try and buy him.
Yeah.
But also you got a new manager in Maresca, and you have to show Maresca. Maresca's not going to be a pushover that's going to pick Phil Foden on what he done 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
He's got to be at it. I'm sure he's had a great pre-season. I'm sure he's having a great pre-season, and he needs to get back to that Phil Foden that everyone called a generational talent.
He truly was, wasn't
For
he?
the last 2 seasons he hasn't, and rightly so. He was left out of the World Cup squad. And he's got to be looking now and think, there's a lot of competition out there in my position for England. I need to get back at it. The Phil Foden, that right-hand side, touch inside, smash into the top corner, bent into the top corner. That was his trademark finish a few years ago. He's got to get back to it.
That's it. And I mean, what's it like then as a player when you've performed so well at such a high level, right? And winning the leagues, winning a treble with City. And then you go through mental fatigue and burnout, because that's where his struggles were. He'd said that he was having struggles off of the pitch.
Yeah.
That were affecting him then on the pitch. How do you put that right when you've got everything?
Yeah, it's difficult because I can have that argument for one season, but I can't have it for 2 seasons. You know, you're not going to have burnout for 2 seasons. Listen, he played a lot of football in 2023, 2024. Of course he did. And obviously went to the Euros and struggled in the Euros. Southgate playing him on that left-hand side wasn't working. But I just don't think for 2 years you can have burnout. I get it, 1 season. And like you said, they've got everything. They've got all the recovery that they need now, these football clubs. They've got all the machinery, the 20 physios they can
Gabs,
use.
if you're mentally not up there or in a good
course.
place, none of that matters.
Of course, but I don't think last season he can say that. I think the season before, fair enough. But last season when he played, he didn't look at it. Shirky come in and he took his spot. And the competition for places was probably too much for him in the end. And if Pep Guardiola, was like he's a dad figure to Phil Foden, didn't play him as much last season, there's a reason. Was he not showing it in training? So, yeah.
The players you mentioned there, I mean, even Doku, Semenyo, Cherky, you know, there's so
Fabinho's there as well.
competition for a place there. Do you think Enzo Maresca's looking at Foden and going, right, 4-year deal, I could build my team around you?
Yeah, I think sometimes we can't look into the 4-year deal too much because clubs want to protect their asset. So they're probably looking at it and saying, like, okay, no matter what happens, if the manager fancies him or not, at least he's signed up for 4 years. So if someone wants to come and buy him, they're paying big bucks to buy him. So that sometimes you can't look at the contract. Maybe that's gone above Maresca and the club want to protect their asset. But Maresca's still going to work with Phil Foden. Don't forget he was a coach under Pep Guardiola. He will know him. And maybe he's had phone calls with him before the pre-season started. And during this pre-season, maybe he's thinking, you know what, how good would it be if I can get Phil Foden back to the player of 2 seasons ago? And the competition for places, Shirky wasn't great when he played in the World Cup. There was questions about his attitude. If you look at the fallout with Didier Deschamps, it was quite disrespectful to Deschamps in the clips to icing. So I'm sure Phil Foden will definitely get a chance. And he is Mr. Man City, isn't he?
Yeah.
What he's done for that football club. We can't forget the outstanding performances, the trophies that he's won. So I'm sure he'll be given another chance by Maresca, but he's got to grab it. They need him.
And it's nice to see a club looking after the player as well, isn't it? When
100%.
they've had an off spell going, actually, no, we're going to commit to you again. Give us the same back.
100%.
Jack Grealish,
Yep.
also going to be back at Man City
Yep.
next season.
It'd be interesting to see what happens with Jack if he's given a chance by Maresca, because he would have been part of that Man City squad that Maresca was at. Or will the manager think, no? And will Jack think, you know what, maybe I want to move on? I think it's still early doors. I think we have to see what happens over the next 6 weeks. You know, still 6 weeks left of the transfer window. Start of September, it closes. I don't see him staying there. I see him moving on.
Where?
It wouldn't surprise me if he moves somewhere else in Europe. I don't see him staying in the Premier League. So I think he's still got 1 year left, I think, of his contract. So the wages as well, will that be a problem for some of the clubs, maybe in the Premier League? But don't rule out maybe back to Everton. David Moyes loved him.
Yeah, he did well there.
Yeah, he done very well there.
Did well there. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, then reportedly waiting for Real Madrid president Florentino Perez to sanction his return to Spain. And then there's growing support for the move in the capital after he skippered them to the World Cup. Of course, as well, he's linked to Real Madrid. Do you see that one getting done?
It depends, because I did see that from Perez saying that it's not something that they want to do. And I don't think Manchester City are going to let him go on the cheap. I think before the World Cup, they maybe would have negotiated a deal. But his performances in the World Cup was the Rodri that won the Ballon d'Or a couple of seasons ago. That Rodri I wouldn't sell for anything less than 80, 90, 100 million if I'm Manchester City. He's that good. And he's one of them players, Rodri, Shebahn, that will play deep into his 30s. You know, doesn't rely on pace. Very good to technically on the ball. So I can see Anderson playing a bit further forward. I can see Rodri as the sitter. And maybe Anderson a bit further forward with Shirky.
Right.
So I don't see them selling Rodri.
Okay. We're going to discuss the Ballon d'Or later on in the show as well. Rodri mentioned in around there as well. A number of candidates that we have to discuss because it's been a solid year for many players, hasn't it? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Good morning to you. How are you getting on? Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to the back pages, which is full of Gabby's favourite new Aston Villa player, Alejandro Garnacho. Good morning.
Yeah, I would. I'd separate what happened in the World Cup from my club. So, if he wants to stay, I'd keep him. He's a really good player. He plays well for us. Really don't like what he did in the World Cup. If he wants to stay, keep him. If he wants to go, like any player that wants to go, let him go. But I would, 100%. We need experienced players with a new manager. We need continuity. So, do I like what he did? No. Do I think he's going to get loads of stick wherever he goes? Maybe some at Stamford Bridge? Yes. But if he wants to stay, get your head down and play for us. That's what I think.
And how do you feel about, obviously, Alonso coming in as manager? A couple of signings so far. You get John Stones in the building. You feel good about things for this season?
I feel that after 4 years or 4.5 years of trial and error by American owners, that at last they're appointing a manager, not a coach. The only thing I would say is that we need to bring in some experience. So we bring in someone like John Stones, the experience he's got on a free. And also we don't need I hate to say it, but fairly average sporting directors. We need a couple of really good quality sporting directors. But Morgan Rogers, really exciting to get Alonso. And at last we've got a manager, not a coach. So I'm looking forward to this season.
Where does Morgan Rogers play in the 11?
I think he's been told he's going to play off the left.
Is he?
I believe so.
Okay.
Interesting to see how that works with Cole Palmer. But if you listen to what Morgan Rogers said yesterday, Cole Palmer was constantly on the phone.
They're close.
Leading with
So
him
are they going to play with 2 10s maybe?
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning, it's talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you. And that is the theme tune to
Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, smashed it.
What a great answer.
Take the rest of the day off, Gabby. Harry Potter, the big man, Daniel Radcliffe. Guess how old today?
Oh, I'm going to say 40.
Oh, savage.
What?
That's savage.
Younger.
Younger than you.
35.
Wee bit older.
36.
Wee bit older.
39.
37.
Not far off. I'm not far off.
Guess like every number around.
Yeah, everyone, but
that's the one.
Good age, Harry.
Happy birthday, Harry. In the spirit of Hogwarts, who can forget when Alan Brazil auditioned as Harry and Gabby as Ron Weasley in the famous chess scene?
Once I make my move, the Queen will take me. Then you're free to check the King.
No, Ron, no.
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't. There must be another way.
Do you want to stop Snapey from getting that stone or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you.
Run!
Oh, Ronald Weasley.
No, don't move. Don't forget we're still playing. Checkmate.
Game over.
That is some of the worst. The worst acting I've ever heard.
Really?
Run!
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 Alan's Scottish Harry Potter accent.
Harry Potter. There was a Scottish one in Harry Potter as well. Can't remember her name.
Can't remember the name, no.
Samuel, I don't know. Who was the Scottish one, Sam, in Harry Potter?
Come on, Sam. Who is it?
I don't know. Sorry.
What's her name?
Thanks for that, Sam.
Sorry,
Start.
I was trying to bring the chair in.
It'll come back to me. By the way, the king of breakfast radio, Alan Brazil, is making a return to breakfast this morning. Stay with us here at 9 o'clock when he's had his Frosties and Jill's combed his hair. He's going to be back with you at 9 o'clock this morning.
Wee Al.
On talkSPORT Breakfast. Yeah, Wee Al. I like
Wee
that.
Al.
We should put that
I think
too.
we should test it just to see if he likes it or not.
Yeah, right, wee man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you, wee man. You're
Right,
doing great.
Let's just see how many times we could call him Wee Al or Wee Man before he tells us off.
Yeah,
I would
okay,
imagine it'll be the first one, but let's see how it goes. Alan Brazil back on breakfast this morning at 9 o'clock here on talkSPORT, and it's time now to look at today's back pages with Costa Express.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT, sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
And Sam Ellard is with us. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Sam.
You know, you mentioned Al is obviously going to have his Frosties, isn't he? What I would like to know is, still to this day, does Jill have to put the Frosties in a bowl for him? Because that was always the thing, wasn't it? When he came in at 3 o'clock in the morning, he couldn't do the Frosties himself. Jill had to do it for him.
100%.
So do you reckon that's still a thing, or do you reckon the big man's doing it
What's the
himself?
problem with that, Sam?
No, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the most sort of independent human being in the world, but even I reckon I can put some Frosties in a bowl, Gabs, no?
Yeah, but maybe if people have got relationships where the house does that for them, I've got no problem.
That's just kind of part of their... This is obviously coming from a man who I'm guessing gets his other half to do absolutely everything for him, right?
Listen, relationships are all different. You know, you might have agreements that you do that, I do
agreements.
This, you do that, I do this.
Shebahn, is this how it works?
Deliverables.
It's not how it works, Sam.
You put Frosties in your partner's breakfast bowl in the morning.
Hell no.
Why not?
Hell no. If Jamie said to me, all right, love, any chance you can stick some Frosties in a bowl for me?
Get clipped round the ear.
I'd be like, jog, pal.
Why though? So
Jog,
what if he's
fat boy.
doing something else?
What, like
important?
what? Like sitting there asking me to put Frosties in.
Watching you do it, yeah.
Different if
Fixing a shelf.
If the ironing was up to date and the washings were done, Gabby, I'd put the Frosties in the bowl.
Maybe like Alan might have been asking for the Frosties because he's doing something
he's
else.
doing the ironing.
He's not fixing the shelf, is he? Yeah,
Fixing the shelf in the bar.
Yeah.
That is why we love him. But he's back this morning at 9. I'm looking forward to hearing from him. He's Wee Al.
Should be great. Gabby, sorry to mention his name again. I know you've been quite passionate about it last couple of days. But Alejandro Garnacho is still inside today's back pages, of course, closing in on that loan move from Chelsea to Aston Villa. Jeremy Cross is quite strong on Garnacho today in the Daily Star, saying Aston Villa are about to swing violently from the sublime to the ridiculous with a decision so bizarre it feels akin to parking a Reliant Robin where a Ferrari has just been. The real mistake Emery has made is convincing himself Garnacho is a good footballer in the first place. There were several reasons Garnacho failed to make the Argentina squad for the World Cup. These included his attitude in training, approach to the game in general, and unhealthy obsession with social media. It feels like, Gabby, kind of what I've been reading and listening to over the last couple of days. Pretty much everyone I've heard has kind of slammed this possible transfer, but it's kind of the key, the one thing that makes me maybe think this could work out is Unai Emery himself, who has wanted Garnacho for a long period of time, and we know that Unai Emery is a great manager, and he feels like maybe the man that could get the best out of Garnacho.
Yeah, I feel for me, I didn't want to go against everything that I've said on this show for the last 3-4 years, because I've watched him play many times, and I don't see what he's good at. Actually, me being honest, he can't get past the player. His final ball is always wrong. His crossing's not great. He can't strike a ball great. He doesn't add anything that I look at and say, yeah, the manager can get more out of him. You are what you are. I feel like at 22, you're the player that you are going to be. Do you know what I mean? So the manager's tried it before, and we can all say, oh, the manager can do this. Did you do it with Jadon Sancho?
No.
We didn't last season.
You got Marcus Rashford kind of back to his best, though?
Done okay, of course, but Jadon Sancho didn't show anything. That was a waste of wages as well. Because it's an obligation to buy as well. It's just baffling. But it's my football club. It's my manager. I have to maybe stop being too negative now because he's going to be at the football club and trust that the manager can produce magic and get something out of him. But to not get in that Argentina squad as well, like you said there, when they've got 0 top wingers. Di Maria retired. There's got to be a reason why Chelsea, Man United, Argentina didn't want him.
Back of the Mail this morning, Southampton manager Ton de Ecker is at risk of a lengthy FA ban after being charged with 3 counts of spying on opposition training. The Daily Mail expects the Saints boss, who has until Tuesday to respond, not to contest the charge after accepting culpability while openly cooperating with the FA's interview process. If found guilty, sources with knowledge of the situation suggest he could be banned from managing in England for up to 2 years. So obviously we know that Southampton were thrown out of the playoff final last year after they were found guilty of spying on opposition. In terms of what's next for the manager, 2 years is obviously a long period of time. What do you guys think would be fair?
I think there's got to be a punishment, of course.
Sure.
And if 2 years is the punishment that puts any other manager off doing it, then I'm all for it, because it's not on, it's cheating. And as much as Southampton didn't want to get rid of him, I feel it's the right thing if he's caught guilty.
Yeah, I think they need to throw the book at him.
Yeah.
No one can do this again. And the fact that he was doing it going into a playoff game as well,
Incredible.
and like you see the charges then against him, and how many games has he done?
And it was
this?
more than one as well, wasn't it? I'm not saying one would be fine, but it was more than once, wasn't
So
it?
I'm saying, 2 years, you're lucky you're not banned from managing here at all.
I really want to go and watch
be honest.
Southampton's first game away from home. I think it'd be a great...
Tasty, isn't it?
Oh, it'd be
Every game next year Southampton are facing will feel like a cup final.
Yeah,
because
away from
everyone,
home. Fans are going to be on them, the players, even Taylor Bellis, is it?
Harwood Bellis, yeah.
Yeah, Harwood Bellis, he done that.
Oh, to Luke Ayling, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get mocked for that all season. So it's going to be a tough season for Southampton.
Yeah. Interesting though. And when that news came out yesterday, I was like, oh, okay, I think he's gotten away with one a wee bit there.
Yeah.
But he's got that see that stare?
Yeah.
Like, something about the way
Even when he was
quite
dealing with it,
intimidating looking guy. I'm like,
Shebahn, even when the story kind of first came out and he kind of had to front up to the media, he was really kind of stony face. He kind of didn't bluff. He didn't look very emotional. It was kind of just like, yeah, I've done it. Get on with it.
Yeah.
Everyone with Southampton looked at it after the season finished, probably thought, we were the better team. We would have won the playoffs. We would have went to the Premier League. We didn't need to spy.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
He sent youngsters as well. Like,
Yeah, send the young kid with a pair of binoculars and an iPhone.
What did you learn that would have made you go and be better in the game? Like, it's so stupid. You were a better team, 11v11, and you would have got promoted.
Yeah, they're
proper schoolboy. It really was
Desperation, that was.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do anything possible. If we get that 1%, we're going to do it just to get promoted. Can't do that.
Yeah. Sam, thank you very much.
See you guys
Back with us soon.
Thank you,
That was all
wee Sam.
thanks to Caustic.
Definitely not wee.
Wee Sam. Wee Sammy coming up as Amazon
Wee man.
tycoon Jeff Bezos about to buy Liverpool Football Club. And what would that mean for the Reds? We'll find out next. Good morning.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
Let's just say something about Tottenham now. It's a big conversation because obviously it's about trophy wins, European Cups, all of those sort of things come into it. But in the modern world, it also comes down to support base. Money is so much involved. And Spurs are a big club, full stop. Of course, we're above someone like West Ham. We have got more support.
He had you above West Ham.
Globally. Well, I know, but he was almost fighting with that. You could also look at a support point of view globally. We would make Chelsea look tiny. They have had more recent success. Facts, they've had more success. But we also got to think about Tottenham history. First team to do a domestic double. First team to win the European Cup. We have history that can't be ignored in the same way that like Aston Villa.
Without being pedantic, people will be shouting at the radio, European Cup, not the European Cup.
A European Cup, yes, apologies.
That's all right.
And I think that history is important. It really, really is. And I don't want to sound like I'm banging on about the past. We know what we've been. I'm a realistic Tottenham fan. I've seen it. Arsenal are a big club. Hate saying it, they're a big club. Bigger than us. I've got to say that as well. That's going to upset people.
Rich, could you do me a favour then? You rate them 1 to 4 first.
It'd have to be Arsenal.
Okay.
Gives me the up, but there you go.
Then who?
And you're not. It's controversial. I'm going to put us above Chelsea and then West Ham at the bottom.
You think Spurs are bigger than Chelsea?
As a club.
Ever fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Good morning, how's it going? You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor is here with Arnold Clark, and you can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out their website for more details on that. Yesterday, Lioness legend Ella Toon dropped into the studio here at talkSPORT ahead of the new WSL season to discuss Manchester United and her investment in her local club, Chorley Women. But the England star also revealed a cheeky ambition outside of football.
No, I don't think I'd go into management now.
Why not?
Because I couldn't deal with players like me moaning every day at me. So, no. I just want to go on I'm a Celeb, really.
Really? Okay.
Said it here first.
Said it here.
Yeah, I want to go on I'm a Celeb. I don't know. I just enjoy just
Sorry,
being me.
why do you want to go on I'm a Celeb? I couldn't think of
Why?
anything worse.
Because that's the programme I've watched since being a little kid. And I've just loved it. And then you watch Jill Scott go and win it.
Yeah, she'd be good on that. On I'm a Celeb.
Would she? Yeah.
Did you ever watch I'm a Celeb? Would you ever do reality TV?
I would never do I'm a Celeb, no, because I don't like heights and I don't like snakes.
I was going to say, after our little childhood chat at the top of the show, that would bring you back to your
No. I wouldn't even get on the helicopter that they get straight away. So it's even the flight to Australia, I'll be put off going that far.
What about the old moolah though?
No. I don't even go on roller coasters.
Gabby, man.
Like I know I don't deal with heights. I went to a restaurant a few weeks ago.
You go up the Shardway Alley all the time?
Yeah, but it's not. The lift isn't see-through. So the other day, I went to Sushi Sambo in the city, and the lift is see-through, and I faced the opposite way.
Really? That's the experience?
No, it's no experience. I faced the opposite way and just looked at my phone to put me off, like, so I couldn't see outside.
You're a little wuss.
I'm a wimp, you know that?
We need to toughen you up.
No, so I don't do heights, I don't do helicopters, not a chance. One of the scary things I've ever been on a helicopter, and I wouldn't do the snakes.
You're giving me the ick right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
It's
Could you, if we got a snake in the studio, could you hold a snake?
If there was a snake over there on that floor, I would go home.
What about like?
And I'd fly through that window, like where Ollie is, and go straight through the window. Like, don't mess with snakes, man. They're not funny.
Even if it were like a vet brought one in.
I don't. No, I'll say to the vet, I will sue you.
Right.
If you don't leave the building. Like, no. Spiders, I don't care about. All the other
spiders.
The other challenges, I don't care about. But like, no.
Okay.
But height is the top.
What about traitors? Or Strictly? You want to Strictly be great with those hips and those thighs?
I'm stiff.
Your hips don't lie.
Yeah, I maybe when I've had a couple of Bacantes. Yeah, I'll be able to go on and dance, but yeah, not for me.
All right.
Leave reality TV to Jamie O'Hara.
So it sounds like you're going to be stuck with them in talkSPORT breakfast
Yeah, sorry,
forever,
guys.
people.
Sorry.
Moving on. Could the world's fourth richest man be about to invest in Liverpool Football Club? These reports suggest that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, worth an estimated 193 billion, let's get a whip round for him, that's a shame, has held talks with a consortium seeking to buy a 30% stake in the club. So what would this mean for the future of Liverpool? So for more on this, delighted to say we're joined by the Telegraph's Merseyside correspondent Dom King, who's out in Chicago for Liverpool's pre-season tour. Dom, good morning to you. How's it going out in Chicago?
Yes, good morning. I thank you for that little interlude that you've just had there, because you've saved me jet lag, because I was dropping off, but listening to Gabby talking about bush tucker challenges and things like that is we're all right again.
He needs to toughen up a wee bit though, Dom, doesn't he? Like,
oh yeah,
this
definitely.
Guy giving it,
Definitely.
he's a real man and
What's the
all
matter
that.
with him?
Brummies for you, Dom.
He's a southern softie now. Dom, what's the chat out there then? Have you been speaking to other journalists, and what's the news on Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, it's been a very, very surreal sort of 36 hours in terms of what sort of started out as an investment that was similar, or talk of investment that was similar to something that happened in September 2023 when Liverpool sold 4% to an investment company called Dynasty Equity, who specialise in sport portfolios. It just sort of seemed all very run of the mill. Speaking to sources in Boston, and they confirmed that there were talks, and then all of a sudden last night, so it was just after 6 o'clock our time, midnight your time, the report about Jeff Bezos came out. No one is talking about it, and it's very important to sort of stress what this is, Shebahn. It is the consortium that want to invest have made an inquiry to Jeff Bezos to see whether he would be interested in coming along with them. Now, it's a brilliant headline. Right. It's very interesting, of course, obviously given the man and the wealth that he's got. But I think if you take a step back and look at it and what he's worth, what would he get out of this? What would he be like? He could actually buy the Premier League. Never mind a percentage of a football club. He's got that much money. So I don't know. It's one of those situations where there's going to be more talks. I could definitely see Amit Bhatia, who is in charge of this consortium, he is the son-in-law of Lakshmi Mittal, who is an Indian steel magnate, one of the world's richest families. I could definitely sort of see a situation where they invest, but again, the sources that have spoken to in Boston have said this isn't a sign that Fenway Sports Group are looking to dilute their interest in the club, and it certainly wouldn't have anything to do with the day-to-day running of the club, which would still be FSG's remit. So, as I said, in long story short, it's basically just been one of those very interesting stories that happens, and it's caused a lot of chatter.
Dom, moving on to the squad of players. I know you know Liverpool a lot better than me, but looking through their squad of players, ins and outs, need a left back, don't they, for Kirk's cover? Need a big signing to replace Salah. They've got Leone coming back, but how is he with his injury? Jeremy Jacquet's obviously signed as well, but they've lost Kanate, so they need one more maybe centre half. right back situation. You know, Bradley's injury problems. Frimpong is more of a wing back than a right back. Need another right back as well. Defensive midfielder maybe as well. Are they going to be able to get all these players, mate? Am I missing anyone out?
So are we on till 7 o'clock here or 8? if I'm answering that.
You've got time,
right.
mate. Go on.
Right. Okay. Let's go through that. Left back wouldn't be a priority because they've got Kostas Tsimikas, who's returned from his spell on loan at Roma. He will be the backup to Kerkez unless anything significant changes. The priority at the moment is to find the right winger to replace Mo Salah. That is the absolute priority. There's nothing imminent. I would expect there will be movement soon, but there's nothing like sort of in the next sort of 24, 48 hours that I know of at this moment. But this is football and things could change. Andoni Areola we spoke to him at length. What day is it now? Is it Thursday with you? Tuesday. We spoke to him on Tuesday. He is he's eager for faces to come in. He's stressed that he doesn't want to lose anyone else. There's been speculation about Alexis McAllister potentially being wanted by Real Madrid, but Andoni has stressed that he doesn't want him going anywhere. He sees him as a very, very important part of the team. Giovanni Leone, he is the closest of the long-term injuries to being back in training, but not imminent. He's still got some way to go. And Conor Bradley and Hugo Ekitike are still some months away. So there is work to be done. The squad isn't as robust as you would think, but I wouldn't say anybody's panicking or anything like that at the moment.
What about centre half though, Dom? Do you think they start the season with Leone, Xhaka, Van Dijk, and Gomez?
Do you know what? I agree with you totally because Xhaka is young and inexperienced and is going to need time to bed in. It could happen, before autumn. But I would be surprised if he starts alongside Virgil van Dijk at Newcastle in the first game. I would. Leone, as I said, the messaging around Leone at the moment is that he's still a little bit away from being fit. Do you know what? If I had anything to do with it, I would be on the phone to John Stones.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't even think twice. I've known John from his time at Everton. He is one of the good guys, but not only that, he is an absolutely outstanding footballer. Mm-hmm. He's a winner. He would be a fabulous addition, but I think he's got the pick of anyone who he wants, really. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I don't think it's something that will happen with Liverpool. I'm just talking about it from how I see the situations, and I think he's brilliant, and he would provide winning and showing young players what it's like to be a winner at the top level.
Yeah.
But there we go.
And what somebody's had as well. Listen, just quickly, Bradley Barcola, he seems to be the guy that every Liverpool fan wants. How likely is it that they can get him, Dom?
They've been. He is on a list. He is on a list of a number of wingers that they've looked at and debated. I don't know.
Okay.
It would be an eye-catching signing, wouldn't it? Obviously, given where he's coming from, but the money would have to be right. The intention would have to be right, and we'll just have to see how it plays out in the coming weeks.
True. All right, Dom, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Dom.
Get yourself to sleep,
man,
and we'll hear
All
from
right.
you in the week, all right?
Thank you.
All right, see you soon.
Take care, Dom King there, the Telegraph's Merseyside correspondent. Still to come for you on breakfast this morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Oh yes, strap in, hold on to your underwear, people, because this breakfast legend is making his way back.
What is wrong with people from Ipswich? I am not a snob at all, but I do get country life every week. Football just baffles me now, mate. I've no idea. I hope you fall off your chair, you tube. Don't be stupid, you tube. What are you talking about?
What a guy.
Alan Brazil. God love him. He's been away for a few months, hasn't he? He's doing well. He's recovering well. talkSPORT royalty, the king of radio.
Wee man.
The wee man. Wee Alan Brazil is back with you. He's not going to be happy with that, but let's just keep going with it. Let it click on. In fact, if you lot can get in touch when he's back. Morning, wee Al. Good to hear you back. Hi, Al. Wee Al, good to hear you. That would be great. He's back at 9 o'clock this morning. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
I want to welcome Wee Man to the stage.
Wee Man!
I don't like it. Radio 4, tube.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder, and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Every member of the British press has spent most of the summer before the World Cup slagging it off. You've talked about ticket prices, so let me call you out on that. Was it expensive? Yeah. Was it difficult to go to games and whatever else? 100%, but they sold out most of the games. They're all sold out.
Yeah, but my question
finish.
to you would be,
Let me finish.
They sell out to the right people.
What do you mean the right people? Whoa. What does that mean?
Well, I thought
that's a very dangerous comment. The right people.
I thought the atmosphere was a little bit diluted because you didn't necessarily have genuine football fans. You had tourists.
Okay, are we now quantifying when you buy a sports ticket, you have to qualify as a fan?
Well, I think it's unfair if you're pricing out
I'm not
genuine fans.
Hang on, I'm not a chess fan, but I might go to a chess event one day. Does it mean I can't go because I'm not a chess fan by nature? I mean, that's a ridiculous comment you've just made. That
not really. There were
only football fans.
I know a lot of England fans.
You're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
Are you telling me everyone that goes there, half of Old Trafford on a match day,
of course not,
are die-hard Man United fans? Tottenham.
But I know a lot of England fans who are in the England Travel Club. They've got their caps.
I get it.
And they had to make a financial decision not to attend this World Cup. Is that right?
There's lots of things in my life I couldn't afford, or can't afford at various times.
Oh, not anymore.
No, well, I'm fortunate enough. I worked hard enough not to be in that position. But through my 20s, yeah, I looked on with envy that I couldn't do this, this, and this. Ryder Cup, I've wanted to do that for years. I'm going to go next year. It's going to cost like 50 grand. I couldn't do that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. And I get it was too expensive. I would have liked more fans to have had access to tickets. I get that totally. But it sold out. It was a commercial success. No matter what, everyone wants to write about it and bring all the political stuff into it and politicise it. It was a massive...
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Love our chats off air.
Stay off air.
Okay. What happens off air stays off air. Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast at Shebahn Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor. What do we know today? Well, former Manchester United midfielder Casemiro's move to Inter Miami is under investigation by Major League Soccer over allegations of tampering by Sir David Beckham's club. Like, what does that even mean?
I know.
Was that like tampering?
God knows.
Have you ever been Like
No.
tampering with things?
No.
Cameron Menzies needed a medical attention after being taken ill during his World Cup match play second round match against Ross Smith in Blackpool on Wednesday night. I've seen the clips of this. We're hoping he's going to be okay there. And you can hear tonight's quarterfinals, including Luke Littler, Gerwyn Price and Gary Anderson, live on talkSPORT 2, 7 o'clock tonight, for all the latest from the darts. And Southampton head coach Tonda Eckhart has been charged with misconduct by the Football Association for his role in the Spygate scandal. Despite that, Martin Sanders of the Total Saints podcast says the fans are still behind him.
I think from a fan's perspective, we're all backing Eckert because we feel he's the best man to lead us. He's a great fit for the football club. He works so well with our academy. He's done a brilliant job with it, with bringing the youth players through into the first team. Certainly at Eastleigh at the weekend, we saw several of the youngsters playing a big part in that game. So look, I think he's a great fit for the club. You know, a lot of other chairmen would have sacked him, but Saints have made their decision. They've made their bed.
Yeah, there you go. The World Cup may have finished, but another major sporting event gets underway later on today here on talkSPORT. Yeah, you got yourself sorted there?
Absolutely
sorted.
Wee man got me a Costa coffee.
Wee Sim.
Yeah,
Sim
wee man.
sorted you out. Okay, coming up on talkSPORT later today, you've got this to look ahead to.
Hodgkinson is the Olympic champion, queen of the track for Team GB.
She's just become Olympic champion.
Worked so hard for this, and to see it come together, me and my team.
Johnson Thompson may end up catching Hall. She crosses the line now, and Katarina Johnson Thompson will finish in the silver.
I'm almost feeling a little bit emotional for her. The struggles that she has faced.
It just means everything to me. I just feel so lucky and so blessed.
It's Adam Peaty who touches first and wins it. There's a smile on his face.
Right hook there, Bertie. Richardson comes back with a straight left hand, but again, Richardson trying to box behind that jab.
I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet.
Yeah, honoured to represent my country, and yeah, as I say, hopefully I've done that with humility in and out the ring.
Yeah, another tournament to get stuck into, really.
Let's do it.
Yeah, the 2026 Commonwealth Games starts today up in Glasgow, and talkSPORT will be there every step of the way. The opening ceremony taking place tonight. Hear every big moment, every medal, every story, with extensive coverage across the games on the talkSPORT network. I'm really looking forward to this, and you won't believe this, by the way. David Beckham and Ronaldo are going to be in Glasgow competing in the Commonwealth Games.
Incredible.
For more on this, for more on Bex and Ronaldo in Glasgow, we can hear now from our talkSPORT's athletic correspondent, Michael Waydock. Michael, good to see you. How are you getting on?
Good morning, Michael.
Yeah, morning, Gabby. Morning, Shebahn. Well, I tell you, first of all, Glasgow is absolutely buzzing for this event. I've been here 2 days. We've got the weather. And one of the things with these games that's different, we don't have an athletes' village. All the athletes are staying in hotels in and around the city. So wherever you move in Glasgow, you can see people in their team kits, and it really does add to the vibe. So if you're out having a meal in the city centre, you're out having a drink, out just having a wander, I walk in to the games main area where the SEC, the Hydro and the Armadillo is along the Clyde. And you'll just see people just bump into boxers and athletes going for their morning stroll. Absolutely
lovely.
Fantastic. But yeah, you're right. Bex is back. So David Beckham had a key moment when the games were in Manchester in 2002. He was very much part of the opening ceremony with the baton. And David Beckham is here in Glasgow as well. But it's not Golden Balls. So before you get excited, it's another David Beckham, one of India's finest cyclists. So David Beckham is here, and also Ronaldo is here. But the Ronaldo is actually Ronaldo Singh Leighton Jam. So the David Beckham... as I said, is a cyclist. He's been at the Commonwealth Games before, so crashed out in the men's keiring when the Games were held in Birmingham in 2022. Named after David Beckham, the England-Manchester United star, of course. And Ronaldo is a 24-year-old, is actually a former junior track cycling world champion and has various medals from the Asian Championships. He's named after the Ronaldo that lobbed David Seaman at the 2002 World Cup.
That is so cute. Isn't it? Like having names named after... I mean, I'm going to call my next child Gabby Agbonlahor.
Yeah, you know. You want to be the first.
Oh, God.
Michael, I love my athletics. Actually, I was doing athletics until I had to choose between football and athletics at 12, 13 years of age. I love the track, mate. Love 1500, love 800, but Obviously, my favourites are 400 metres, 200 and 100 metres, but especially the 100. Who's the favourite going into the 100 metres?
Well, I think from a men's point of view, the 100 metres is pretty open, actually. And I think you should be maybe looking for an Australian called Ediosai Nketiah. Has run a wind-assisted 9.74 this season. We haven't got the big Jamaican names here. So people like Oblique Seville, for example, or Kishan Thompson, not competing at the Commonwealth Games. From a home nation's point of view, Louis Hinchliffe will be running the 100 metres for Team England. A lot of people know about Louis because famously was based over in the States and coached by Carl Lewis, represented and won a medal for Team GB in the relays. And Jeremiah Razou is the other one who runs for Team Wales, who was the world indoor champion, not this year, but last year. So Jeremiah Razou is also coming here with a lot of expectation, a lot of hope, obviously, from a Welsh point of view in those 100 metres. In the women's 100 metres, unfortunately, we've got a pull-out, which is Dina Asher-Smith. She was just going to run in the relay, actually. So I think from a Team England point of view, it's quite interesting, the sprints, because you've got Amy Hunt, who's a world silver medalist over 200 metres. Amy Hunt is going to be involved in these games as well. So I think we do have some of the big domestic names. So Daryl Neater also hoping to compete here 16 weeks after breaking her foot as well. She'll be involved in the sprint. So, yeah, I think that will be really good. And then when you move up through the distances that you talk about, for 400 metres, you've got Matt Hudson-Smith from Birmingham, of course, that you'll know, who you know very well. And then in the 800 metres, Georgia Hunter-Bell, who, again, we'll know very well and remember from Paris.
We love Georgia, don't we? We really do. Sir Chris Hoy, will he be part of the opening ceremony tonight in Glasgow?
I'd be very surprised if he's not. We haven't had the full briefing yet on the opening ceremony, but I went and sort of just rested my ear against the door to some of the rehearsals earlier on.
Spygate, Michael Weedon.
I am the Southampton of the Commonwealth Games. So what I can tell you is we're going to have Katie Tunstall, a lot of big Scottish music names, and I spotted quite a lot of people in kilts, and I spotted a lot of bagpipes and heard a lot of bagpipes as well. But we also know it's going to be slightly different, the opening ceremony. It's going to be in an arena, so it's going to be in the Hydro, where most people go and see Kevin Bridges, where he does like 35 nights in a row. So it's not going to be in a stadium. We are still going to get a parade of athletes, and we do know some of the... So with the Commonwealth Games, you have a flag bearer and you have a baton bearer. So one athlete brings the flag in and one brings this specially designed baton in, and all the batons will be brought together.
I want to see some shocks, Michael, as well. That's what I love about the athletics. I want to see some shocks.
A wee Glasgow kiss here and there.
Yeah, no, I'm on about on the track.
Oh,
not as part of the opening ceremony.
You'll be careful down the Clyde side later on today, all right, Michael? Thank you so much. We'll hear from you across the week.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Have a good morning.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, I do love my athletics.
To be in Glasgow as well.
Will the weather hold out for our athletes?
Probably not. Apparently, it's nice there. It's nice there at the moment. Okay. Do you know they need to get Nick Morgan in the opening ceremony, don't you? Haven't we got John again? I know it's not anything to do with athletics, but get the party right started.
Yeah, pre-show, halftime show.
Yeah. Shakira's going to be there in the form of a cyclist from India.
Robbie Williams.
Live on talkSPORT tonight, your home of the Commonwealth Games. Michael Waydock with us there. Coming up next, we're turning attention to Arsenal as Gabby is predicting a tough start for the Premier League champions. That's coming up after this.
I watched a lot of Marcus Rashford at Barcelona. I think it was a successful loan, Jeff. He played 43 times in the league and Champions League together, 13 goals, 10 assists. I'm just surprised teams haven't bid for him. I don't understand the Gordon transfer. I really don't. I feel Rashford is a better option than Gordon. He's 28. Is it the wages? Are we looking at someone that maybe his contract, if he's got a year left at Manchester United, the wages are too much for clubs to maybe sign him on a 4-year deal? Is he getting closer to that 30 mark as well? The contract will be something really strange going on there. But whoever signs him has got a fantastic player because he looks like he's in a better mind frame as well. I look at him before the World Cup. He's at Inter Miami doing extra training. At Barcelona, we heard nothing negative about Marcus Rashford. He's in a better headspace being away from Manchester. So if I'm him and I'm his agent, does he look at another club abroad to get away from any distractions that he might have back at home?
Do you think he may have to settle for another loan deal?
It's hard, isn't it? Because will Manchester United accept that? Because he's got a year left.
They may not have any options.
I know. Does this come down to the end of August, Jeff, end of the transfer window, and maybe it has to be because I just don't see him playing for Manchester United again. One, Manchester United, the players that they've brought in, he doesn't fit into that team. And also, as a player, I know it might not be much to a lot of people, but he's lost his number.
Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, rugby union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Shebahn Aherne, alongside Gabby Agbonlahor. Remember that? Oh, that was good. That was a great line. Agbonlahor. Don't worry, your holiday is just around the corner. We're here with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event, and you can check it out online now. Just a wee reminder that the wee man, Alan Brazil, is back today at 9 o'clock on talkSPORT Breakfast. We're looking forward to hearing from... There we go, Big Al, wee Al. We've heard from Rob on the text. Hey guys, great show as always. I just heard Big Al is back today and just wanted to say it hasn't been the same without his professionalism, his dedication to political correctness, laser-like focus questions and his linguistic skills. Rob, you're dead right. You're dead, and that is why we love him.
Yeah, spot on.
Well
done.
Rob, thanks for your message, 81089. A lot of you sending in some love for Al in Brazil, but we have renamed him the wee man. What would you say is Al's biggest strength?
Being funny.
Yeah, he's bantering.
I just think it is his banter and his stories. I mean, some incredible stories, and he just makes me laugh looking at him.
It's so funny how everybody agrees. Like, you just look at Alan and laugh.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah,
he's got a funny
yeah.
aura around him. And
what I love about him, that you can meet him for the first time and he's going to come for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to come back. He's going to come for you straight away.
Yeah. And
no matter who you are, you're getting it.
I mean, he's you know what he's like, as Rob says there in the text, the professionalism. He goes on air, he doesn't start speaking until it's 6:05, right? Yeah, everyone's here before that. Yeah. But when producer Ollie walks out to him in the morning to say good morning, every time without fail he goes, what do you want? And Ollie's all full of smiles and energy and enthusiasm. It rolls his eyes at him.
We've missed him so much.
60 days, by the way. No, it's not been 60 days. It's been something about that. But it's been 60 days, actually, since Gabby's nightmare happened.
Oh.
Hello?
Arsenal receive the Premier League trophy. Martin Odegaard steps towards his teammates, throws back his head and lifts the trophy aloft after all of those near misses. Mikel Arteta and his players have finally delivered when it really matters. And are we on the cusp of another North London dynasty?
Good morning, Arsenal fans. Yes, 60 days today. Congratulations to you. Our first Premier League title in 22 years was followed by a parade that was attended by reportedly around 1 million Arsenal fans. Since then, though, there's been concerns around the fitness of Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. They've also missed out on Morgan Rogers, who's going to Chelsea. And last night it was confirmed that William Saliba has been ruled out for an extended period with a back injury suffered at the World Cup.
Big loss, that.
Huge loss.
Big loss. I like Mascara, I like Nketiah, but that's a big loss, Saliba.
Do you know who I love?
Who?
Marino.
Yes. Dangerous, isn't he?
Big handful.
When you come on in the final, he should have scored. But he's a fantastic player.
I mean, actually, Arsenal fans now will be sitting going, okay, a little bit of concern here, because Saka and Rice actually weren't a big part of the World Cup. But then on that third place game...
Yeah, they look fine. Yeah, they look fine, but... I think Arteta will do the right thing and say to Rice and Saka, I don't want to see you for 4 or 5 weeks. I don't even come back to the training ground until after the first game of the season. So I don't think they probably play until maybe after the first international break. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wow. So they wouldn't be part of the Community Shield or anything like that?
No way. Then I feel like you need your rest. I think every player who's been involved will need 4 weeks minimum off. So it wouldn't surprise me if the likes of Morgan Rogers, similar... Harry Kane, even whoever it is that was big part of the World Cup, and even the Argentina and Spain players that played a lot in that will have extended time off. You need your rest.
So Arsenal fans, how are you feeling about this? We can speak to Arsenal fan and broadcaster now, Harry Symeou, and all the latest things when it comes to the Gunners. Good morning, Harry. Happy 60 days, Premier League champ.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Morning,
mate. Good. You on your holiday? Nice.
Yeah, I'm out in Cyprus. But it's for such a long time that I can't really call it a holiday, and I suppose I better do some work.
Sabbatical.
Seeing as I'm here for an extended period, to use some Arsenal terms.
You went on holiday 60 days ago as well when you won the trophy. Harry, talk to us about the Premier League champions now, because they missed out on Rodgers. They were twiddling their thumbs over Bruno Guimaraes. You know, Ezri Konsa as well. Where are you at when it comes to transfers this window?
I don't think I'm as worried as a lot of other Arsenal fans. I think that the World Cup always meant that, you know, some deals were going to move slower than others. I know you could argue that there's other clubs that have done some business despite the World Cup taking place. And I think, you know, that's obviously valid, but I'm not that stressed. I think when you look at where Arsenal are at right now, the bigger concern is about getting the players that we do have and that have been so key to our success in recent times, getting them back fit and available. I think that's my biggest worry at this moment in time. You mentioned some of the transfers that we've tried to do or have been in the mix for that haven't quite come off. Morgan Rogers, look, as good a player as I think he is, and I wanted him at Arsenal, don't get me wrong, I can kind of see why the club went at £117 million. That's not quite right. We're going to sort of back out of that. You know, there's no way he joins Chelsea. I'm sorry if Arsenal are willing to bid the same amount of money. So, you know, people keep saying he chose Chelsea. You know, that was his choice. The choice was stay at Villa or join Chelsea. There was no choice to join Arsenal because Aston Villa set the price so high. And they're well within their rights to do that, but it wasn't the right move for us under those circumstances. The Bruno Guimaraes thing is the one that I'm really looking at, guys, because for me, I think he'd make such a material difference to Arsenal's midfield, particularly when we're having these types of conversations around Declan Rice. I'm sure Arsenal have got a valuation in mind with regards to what the maximum is they'd be willing to pay for him. But there's something about the way that this is all unfolding. Like, you're hearing reports from the Arsenal side that, you know, they've got the player on board. The player's told Newcastle that he wants out and he wants to join Arsenal, but then Newcastle keep denying that any contact has taken place. So I'm not really sure where we're at with this one. And this is the one I've probably got the most nervousness about at the moment.
I think as well, Harry, you look at Arsenal and I agree, Rodgers, fantastic player, but do Arsenal need him in that number 10 position that he loves to play? When you've got Eze, you spent a lot of money on Eze, you still got Odegaard, who showed his value even more at the World Cup. I thought it was fantastic. So you need a top left winger, don't you? You need a Diamande, you need a Barcola to come in to replace Trossard. I know you signed Solis from Atalanta, but you need another top one, don't you?
Yeah, we've got, you know, Christos Solis coming in, Greek international winger. There's a lot of sort of, I suppose, uncertainty about him. You know, is he going to come in and hit the ground running? What's he going to do in terms of adapting to the Premier League? How long's that going to take? But I think the Morgan Rogers thing is interesting. I think you mentioned it there that he likes to play in that number 10 role. I don't think Arsenal really have space in the number 10 role because you've mentioned Eze, you've mentioned Odegaard. I'm pretty certain that over the next few years, you're going to see Max Dowman develop into that type of player as well, who's another one that, you know, Arsenal rate really, really highly. And the price point just didn't make sense for Arsenal. I am disappointed because he is a good player and you want as many good players in your group as possible. But I can kind of rationalize why we haven't pushed the boat out on that one. It's just now I think we're getting to the point where Arsenal fans are starting to look at, as I mentioned, some of those key players, their lack of fitness, the fact that they're likely to be unavailable at the start of the season. And there's a bit of a nervousness now around getting some players in to make sure that we can cope with that we can start the season strongly.
But even though you look at that, for instance, like Rice and Saka might not play for the first 3 or 4 games, but let's not forget you've got Dowman, you've got Wanyeri back, you've got Madueke who'll probably be back earlier, you've got Marino who didn't play a lot in the World Cup. He might be back earlier and available. You've got Zubamendi didn't play much available. You've got the players, haven't you? You're some of your fringe players. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, and obviously you've got Kai Havertz, who was missing for most of last season. He's back and available and can play either as your centre forward or off your centre forward, which again shows a little bit more congestion in that kind of attacking midfield role. So I think when you zoom out, bigger picture, the squad still has enough. It has a lot of depth. But I think the reason there's a bit of nervousness around the Arsenal fan base right now is because we see an opportunity. We win the league for the first time in 22 years. Manchester City have lost Pep Guardiola. He's moved on. Maresca's a great coach, but is he Pep Guardiola? I'm not sure he is. In fact, I'm certain he's not. You look at Liverpool, you know, new coach, starting the project again. Chelsea under Alonso, really good coach, but they're going to need time. Man United are not quite there yet. There's an opportunity for Arsenal to not just consolidate, but to take another step and dominate for a period of time. And I think that's why there's a nervousness around this transfer window. Last year, it was about, can we do the business to get us over the line? We've done that. Now it's about, can we do the business
Champions League?
Yeah, to consolidate our position and to dominate. And I think that's why people are quite anxious at the minute.
Yeah, well, Harry, we'll wait and see what happens. Also, just quickly, Odegaard, is there any news on him? Is he leaving? Is he staying?
No, he's staying. He's absolutely staying. I think there's been a lot of rumours over the course of the summer, and that they probably stem from the fact that he wasn't playing at his brilliant best for large periods of last season, largely due to injury. But at the same time as well, the reports that were doing the rounds about his future were coming from Turkey, and we know that a lot of the big Turkish clubs, they like to brief on players when they're sort of trying to fight for power at the top of those clubs in terms of presidencies, etc., etc. His name was mentioned.
See, why can't all Arsenal fans be like Harry?
Not
don't be like Piers Morgan, Joel Bayer, Troops, all these prats that ruin it for the good Arsenal fans. I love speaking to you, Harry. Proper Arsenal fan.
Good on you, Harry.
Thank you very much, mate. But listen, every Arsenal fan's got their view, and we're a passionate bunch.
Even that, you should be a politician with that.
No. Harry, we won't speak to you only, mate. The others are idiots.
Harry, have a good one in Cyprus. We'll see you soon.
Enjoy,
mate.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All the best to you coming up. We'll bring you everything you need to know from pre-season and why Spurs fans are getting very excited.
Oh, someone scored a goal in training. Oh, whoopie-doo.
Spurs are back.
Let's talk about this story doing the rounds overnight about Pep Guardiola and Italy. Italy, of course, not part of the World Cup jamboree. Does raise the question, Kev, because we know now that there was a verbal agreement in place between the English FA and Pep Guardiola as recently as 2024. Obviously, that didn't quite happen in the end. If he is serious, Guardiola, about taking an international job, in the wake of that collapse against Argentina, is there an argument for the FA making a play now for Guardiola and deciding to pivot from Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, look, I'd love nothing more than to see Pep in charge of our national team. And I think not only that, I think he'll give us something which will give us direction for not only just for the next 2 years, 4 years. He could help the FA within it. And, I've been part of that. I know the culture and the DNA of what Thomas was talking about in, last week and what they're trying to achieve. But I think Pep could add something different. I think he's got something, he'll give us a style, he'll give us an identity of what he sees the game, how he sees it. And I think he'll be one who'll want to help everybody all down the line, if you like, the 21s, the 18s. I think he'll bring it all together so that it's all aligned and everything else, because I think that's probably what's needed now after Gareth and what he done, and it was when everybody forgets a fantastic job what he done behind the scenes and everything else. We then went to Thomas to go and win us the trophy to get us over it. It hasn't happened. So if there's an opportunity now where our number one target of 2 years,
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning to you. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. Don't forget, Alan Brazil joins us at 9 o'clock this morning. Looking forward to that. The wee man is back now to a man who is never short of an opinion. Peterborough owner Darragh McAnthony joined Alex Crook on yesterday's mid-morning show and ripped into the British media over their criticism of this summer's World Cup.
Listen, am I an Infantino fan? Absolutely not. I've got no time for him. I'm not on FIFA. Look, there are loads of things about FIFA I'd love to see changed.
So you agree with Martin Samuel fundamentally?
No. No, because every member of the British press has spent most of the summer before the World Cup slagging it off. You've talked about ticket prices, so let me call you out on that. Was it expensive? Yeah. Was it difficult to go to games and whatever else? 100%, but they sold out most of the games. They're all sold out.
Yeah, but my question
finish.
to you would be,
Let me finish.
They sell out to the right people.
What do you mean the right people? Whoa. What does that mean?
Well, I thought
that's a very dangerous comment. The right people.
I thought the atmosphere was a little bit diluted because you didn't necessarily have genuine football fans. You had tourists.
Okay. Are we now quantifying when you buy a sports ticket, you have to qualify as a fan?
Well, I think it's unfair if you're pricing out
I'm not
genuine fans.
Hang on. I'm not a chess fan, but I might go to a chess event one day. Does it mean I can't go because I'm not a chess fan by nature? I mean, that's a ridiculous comment you've just made. And I get it was too expensive. I would have liked more fans to have had access to tickets. I get that totally. But it sold out. It was a commercial success. No matter what, everyone wants to write about it and bring all the political stuff into it and politicize it. It was a massive success as a World Cup. Probably the most commercially successful World Cup ever.
It makes a good point, doesn't it, Gavs?
It's nice to see Crookie on the back foot, really.
Crookie was like swatting away a fly, then he was like, leave me alone.
Looking for help off producer.
Simon Jordan has been replaced now by Dana McAnthony.
Looking for Luke for help, wasn't he? There. Okay, me.
No, he does make he makes a point, you know.
Yeah, but I still agree.
It is
with
a shame
though.
for those who can.
I agree with Crookie though, because football is for the hardcore fans that are priced out. It's not for the people that want to go there and take a video. I see it a lot when you go to games and you're just like, you're not real fans.
Yeah.
Come here for a video for your socials, that's it, and you probably don't stay for the second half of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being priced out. No,
There's a funny message here though, by the way. I don't really read, but Gabby, all this hate for Tottenham. Jay-Z is playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in September. Can Gabby buy a ticket so we can spend another £100 million? What's funny is that I have. I've already bought tickets for Jay-Z in the Spurs Stadium.
Look at you.
I'm part of the problem.
When is Jay-Z?
September. I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, you are.
I'm giving them more money to go spend on players.
You were the one saying yesterday you need more gigs at Villa Park, and now you're going.
Jay-Z's one of my favourites.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
What are you going to do?
Bonnie and Clyde. I mean, some tunes, Jay-Z. Ooh.
Bonnie and Clyde was a banger, to be fair.
Well, absolutely.
Dana McAnthony, is he back today with Alex Crook? He is. 10 o'clock this morning here on talkSPORT. Time now for this.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs! Come on, you Spurs!
Samuel Ard is with us. Samuel.
Pre-season, Shebahn is very much in
Time
full
to go overexcited about nothing.
Oh, wow. Don't say that to Spurs fans. Come on, don't say that to the Tottenham Hotspur fans. Two Premier League clubs were in action yesterday. Nottingham Forest picking up a 3-0 victory against Blackburn. But meanwhile, Matheus Fernandes scored an incredible volley for Spurs in a 1-0 training ground victory over MK Dons. For those watching on YouTube, you can see the goal there. For those listening and maybe haven't seen it, I'll try and do my best reporting on it. Corner comes in. Keeper comes and punches. Probably should have caught it. Ball loops up in the air. He's probably about 25 yards out. First time volley, top left-hand corner. What a hit from Matheus Fernandes. Gabby, are Tottenham back?
Honestly, mate, I saw it yesterday and I said to myself, player scores goal in training.
No, but it's a good goal though, isn't it?
And those goals are scored daily in training.
You scored goals like that daily in training?
100%. There was a goal like that every day in training.
Really?
Like, do me a favour. Spurs need to, like, pipe down a bit here. You got that sausage O'Hara coming in here and, like, talking a great one. They're Spurs. Listen, let's see how these new signings do. They have brought well. Yes, they have. But let's see how they do, because they finished nearly relegated 2 seasons in a row, finished 17th, and now they're all getting like ahead of themselves. And Fernandes scored a goal.
It was a great volley, though, Gabby.
In training.
I mean, the way it drops down, top bins as well.
I remember training ground players that come to a game and they froze. It was all good when there's 20 people watching at training, members of staff. Do me a favour. Training ground goals.
I really wanted Matheus Fernandes at Manchester United, and I'm glad they didn't pay that money for it. But he does look like a great player.
Loves the relegation, doesn't he?
And fair enough to Spurs for getting him. And it's a good moment, but it's 20 seconds on an Instagram reel.
A good Instagram reel, though, Shebahn.
Like,
a good
come
Instagram
off
reel.
it.
No, hey, listen.
Stop acting like that's the real
Gabby,
world.
he can only do what's in front of him.
Yeah, but that's the
Preseason
bit they've
friendly,
shown us.
MK Dons, and it's a great hit.
How many
Shebahn.
times did he lose the ball in that trade?
I don't have that information to hand. They
Exactly.
didn't. No Instagram reels of that.
Because you
Shebahn.
don't see the
no
bad
Instagram,
stuff on
Yeah,
social
no.
Spurs fans are getting excited by that, then like the game's gone.
The game's
It's
gone.
totally gone. Just stick to concerts.
We do
because,
this every summer.
Like
Yeah.
Spurs, they've
Everyone
signed
gets
well,
excited.
but let's all calm down. I think they will finish in the European places, but let's just calm down because these players have got a gel, and they finished 17th 2 seasons in a row. Okay, let's calm down.
But let them enjoy it, Gab. Stop
No.
being so bitter.
Spurs are back.
Spurs are back. Be excited about the new
Grand
player.
goals. Okay, I'll say what.
Go on.
Every club now should film training and post goals.
Live stream it.
Live stream the whole
YouTube
training
channel.
session.
Yeah.
See how many go
Yeah.
over the bar.
Yeah.
Anyway, to more of one of the more unusual pre-season stories, Wolves striker Tolu Arakadare forced the cancellation of a training session after he refused to leave the pitch. He sat down and demanded the club let him move to Fiorentina. Wolves have rejected a bid from the Serie A side, having accepted an offer from Turkish club Trabzonspor. Now, his actions led to the new manager terminating the session. That happened on Monday, and after that, Wolves had reportedly then increased security to stop the centre-forward from entering the training facility. So imagine this, picture the scene. It's a Monday morning, the sun is shining, we're a couple of weeks away from the start of the new season, training session, here we go, lads, and you've got your 6'6" centre-forward plonked in the middle of the training pitch, refusing to leave. I mean, Gabby, that's got to be one of the more unusual ways to try and force a move away, right?
You haven't got to get out. You don't belong here. You got to get out the training ground. Security, get him out. Listen, all the best trying to move in, by the way, because he's 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't he?
Good luck. I hope the security guards have got training.
I reckon the manager probably thought, I'm gonna. Oh no, it's him. It's the 6'6" centre forward. No chance.
As well, or the captain, whoever it is like, you go.
Yeah, I'm not taking
you go,
this one.
Like, no, but listen, it didn't work out for him last season, did he? He got frustrated with game time, and then I think did he have a fight with one of the players?
Yeah, Mane. Yeah, Matthias Mane.
Their star Mane, the young lad. I think they had a bit of an altercation in the dressing room, and he's probably seen that transfer, go and live in Fiorentina, and they've rejected the bid. Listen, Wolves is lovely. Listen, it's absolutely great.
Nice part of the world, isn't it?
But I get his frustrations. But like when he does leave Wolves finally, he'll look back and say like, a bit immature.
Should done it, yeah.
No, he'll get his way.
Yeah.
He's going to get his move.
I say that back. He's not immature. He's a great man.
Yeah.
Because just in case he walks past me,
you're going to bump into him tonight, aren't you?
In the bull ring. I'm sorry, mate. I didn't mean that.
Gabby, is there a training ground incident you remember from your playing days that caught you by surprise? You've got a little gem for us, Gabs, that you haven't told before on talk.
Oh, there was loads of fights. I remember a fight between Leonardo Bacuna and then Kieran Richardson. That was hilarious. Honestly, they're both throwing windmills. Like no one connected. It was going on for ages. Honestly, mate. Remember that fight? Was it Luis Fabiano in the Spanish league, and they were fighting, and they were like no one was hitting each other.
No contact,
missing.
yeah.
And then Roy Keane was there at the time, and after it finished, Roy Keane was like, I'm going to call that 0-0. It was that bad. It was that bad of a fight.
What were they fighting over?
I don't know, it's always a case of like players that aren't playing, mate, and then like you're playing in a training ground game or five-a-side and someone leaves a bit on you, then it always ends up in blows.
Yeah.
It's normal.
So that sort of stuff would happen more often than people maybe would think.
I enjoyed it, mate.
Yeah.
I was like, go on, get him.
So as captain, you weren't trying to calm everyone down. You were egging everyone on.
Sometimes you've got to get it out, mate.
Yeah, better out than in.
The old-fashioned have a scrap on the training field.
Mind watching.
Yeah, let it out. Shake hands afterwards. You know what I mean, mate? You couldn't catch me. You couldn't catch me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See at the end of the Argentina, the final, when it was, and I don't know if it was that unsavoury scenes. I'm like, but who doesn't love it?
Good for the game, Shebahn, isn't it?
At the end of a final,
Shebahn. Shebahn, you ever come close to going on strike? Maybe something here at talkSPORT or working elsewhere you haven't been a big fan of, and you've thought, I tell you what, I'm tempted not to turn up to work tomorrow morning.
Too much of a pushover for that.
Really?
I do it for free.
Oh, be careful! Be careful what you say, Shebahn. Be careful what you wish for.
It happens a lot, though.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I remember. I think it's Liam Ridgewell, when he wanted to move to Birmingham City, he was like...
From Villa?
Yeah. He was like just booting balls out of the training pitch over
because they'll force their way out. The manager don't want that.
Yeah, just like disturbing training. It happened quite a lot.
And what do the boys do when it happens? Come
on, mate. Come on, just like booting balls, ruining the session.
Yeah.
So I'm sure now Wolves will look at it and say, let's just accept that fee, get him out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he probably walks through their security.
Well, he's got security now.
Walks straight past security and they don't stop him.
It's like you're still going to pay me. I'm going to turn up. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. You blocked my
And also
move,
Wolves, like they want to have a good pre-season. They want to try and get promoted. It's a new start under a manager. They brought in some exciting players. They don't want no negativity, so it's like just let him go, accept the bid, and then you can move forward.
Who was the last scrap you had with during your playing days in the training ground?
I never had a scrap, mate.
Never had one?
No, everyone knew what I could do, mate.
Yeah. Windmills.
Everyone knew my uppercuts, mate. Boxing background. No, but it was a common thing that happened. Fights at training.
There you go. You hear about them a lot.
Absolutely.
I'm like, tell me more.
Yeah, I know. I want to hear more about these fights.
Who chinned who?
That was all thanks to Costa Express. Thank you. Coming up, we'll turn our attention on what could be one of the closest Ballon d'Or races in recent memory. Can Harry Kane finally get the reward he deserves? So we'll discuss that next. Good morning.
The Costa Coffee Break on talkSPORT. Sponsored by Costa Express. Freshly ground Costa coffee for a quality day.
Look, I rate Aston Villa. I know the size and the history of the club. They're a big, passionate support. This is bonkers because I rate Emery as well. I have no idea what anyone at Aston Villa have seen in Alejandro Garnacho to think that he is perhaps a solution. I just don't understand it.
Talk to me about the player.
He's a reprehensible character. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
What was that word again?
Reprehensible, horrible,
objectionable.
I mean,
Google.
Hateful. There's very little to like about him. I think that he's a man who's in it for himself. I've seen nothing to suggest that he's a player that he believes he is.
He's 22.
It doesn't matter.
Both of you chill out. You're grown men. Hammering this poor lad.
He's not 16.
Poor lad.
No, but he's 22, and I get it. He's got all the riches in the world.
5 years at 22.
But I think it is overkill. He is
It's
a
not
good
overkill.
player.
No, it's underkill.
He's a good player.
I'm not intelligent
He's
enough.
in the Premier
I
League
can.
for a reason.
I'm not intelligent enough
He's
or
been
articulate enough
considered
to
by
do
Villa for a reason.
justice
He's
to
been in your
how
club for a
objectionable this
reason.
bloke is.
Can you ignore her?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Can you finish?
I am trying. Yeah.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. To any Villa fan, to any season ticket holder in that whole end, I tell you this is an error, a mistake, something that will haunt you. And it's a terrible, terrible statement for Aston Villa. He will disrupt your dressing room. He is not the player that people think he is. Do you know the kind of player that he is, really? He should be running the wing at Cadiz. That's the level of footballer that he is. He should be running the wing at Iber, at best. This belief that he is somehow
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you this Thursday with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. You can check out the website for more details on that. Sports Bar last night. It was with the great Jamie O'Hara and Dean Saunders, and they started to break down the summer transfer window, and they came up with a rather unusual supermarket analogy to describe a few players on the go.
You know, when you sign players and you think, you know, sometimes you've got no money and you've got no option. But when you've got a load of money, I think right now the Villa fans will be thinking, we've sold our best player and we're signing Garnacho. They'll be thinking like that. Yeah. Even though they trust Unai Emery, maybe you should have signed him right at the end of the window. I mean, restricted financially, which is a bit...
Good sow on in Lidl. Good
that's
sow.
where you get Garnacho and Sancho. And you get them like 2 for the price of 1 in Lidl's. The ones in Waitrose.
Chelsea have gone straight to M&S, mate. Gone for the big spuds.
Well, Spurs are in Sainsbury's, aren't they?
Well,
with Van Hecker.
Yeah, I think Sainsbury's is
Tonali.
Right. Tesco's all right. We're in a decent store.
Yeah.
Tonali.
No disrespect
Tonali's
to
M&S.
Lidl.
Come on, Tonali.
Yeah, I would say Tonali Sainsbury's. No, he's not quite Waitrose.
No, he's up there.
But he's not Lidl.
He's not Lidl. Garnacho's different.
I guess about Lidl though is that you do get good value from
value, mate. Good value. And they're stealing what I said last summer when I said Norgard was a bit of an Asda signing for Arsenal. And it made out to be that, didn't it? He didn't have the impact last season for Arsenal that they would have liked. But I'm hearing that Garnacho's more a replacement for Sancho, maybe, on that left-hand side. He's not a replacement for Rodgers. Manzambi is a replacement for Rodgers.
Okay.
But then looking at Manzambi's goals and assists, he needs to do a lot better. But he's 20 years of age. So I'm sure the manager gets a lot more out of him. I got a funny text there. Someone's asking about Gabby, the Martin O'Neill and Nigel Reo-Coker fight. That was one that was... when was that Villa? Remember Nigel Reo-Coker moaning about a young lad? I think it was Nathan D'Alfonso, about his tackle or he's not doing this. And Martin O'Neill told him to just be quiet. Be quiet, Nigel, in Martin's voice. I think Nigel was like, what you on about? And then Martin flipped. He took his glasses off.
Did he?
Glasses went off, right?
What, he whipped them off or he folded them gently?
Grabbed his glasses off.
Nice.
Went in his pocket of his rugby kit.
Oh, Martin.
Went after Nigel, but Nigel didn't back down. And then at the time, one of the gaffer's sons was Craig Gardner, and he literally got in front of them both. But the rest of us were like, popcorn? Yeah. Where's my popcorn? Like, I'm here for this. Let's go. Craig Gardner got in the middle of them, and Martin O'Neill wanted to literally get at him. And then Nigel got sent in, and then Martin comes in the changing room after training, and Martin's like, Nigel, you got an apology for me? And
oh no.
Nigel's like, of course I ain't. No, I ain't apologising to you. And then the gaffer's gone, all right, you're not involved this weekend in the game. You got 4 days. 4 days, don't want to see you until you apologise.
So did he say sorry?
No, but we absolutely hammered Nigel. We was like, how dare you let the gaffer put your hands on you like that? You know, me, the wind up, me, Ashley Young, the lads were like, nice, man. I would have left and right, hooked him. No one's putting their hands on me. It was like, I would have, but Craig got in the way, Geeve. You know what I mean?
You just bark out Martin O'Neill.
We're winding him up, though. That was the banter in the dressing room. Obviously, no one's going to hit a manager, but... yeah, that was one of the funny ones as well. The way he took his glasses off, Shebahn, he was ready to go.
Business.
He was ready for a scrap.
Took the zip down on the tracksuit.
Yeah, the rugby tracksuit was ready to come off as well.
Don't mess with Marty O'Neill. Moving on, let's look ahead to October. The prestigious Ballon d'Or ceremony is fast approaching, and the world's best compete for football's ultimate individual prize.
Ball in towards Kane. Kane on the turn.
You look at Elise, right? He's got 5 assists in this World Cup. That is the most in a single World Cup since Thomas Hessler reached it for Germany in 1994. Back for Messi in the D. There's the hat-trick for Lionel Messi.
Gamal, 25 yards out, right of centre, left-footed corner. Oh my goodness! A wonder goal from the Wonder Kid. The last man up, of course, as Tradition decrees is the captain, the winning captain, Rodri, the player of the tournament.
Bob with an excellent ball into the area. Patrick Berg finding Haaland! And Erling Haaland may have won it! Out on the right is Dembele. What a ball by Mbappe to found him. Dembele twisting, turning, shooting, scoring! Lovely feet, too quick for Norway!
Who wins among the key contenders is Harry Kane, who's had a stellar season, hasn't he, for Bayern, scoring 61 goals and 51 appearances across all competitions, winning the domestic treble, netting 6 goals for the 3 Lions at the World Cup. It has to be now, doesn't it, for Harry Kane to be in with a very healthy shout of winning the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, I think... Listen, Harry Kane, fantastic season at Bayern Munich. Done very well at the World Cup, didn't he? 6 goals, 2 assists, 72 goals in total. But I don't think he's going to get it, Shebahn. I just think, Champions League disappointment, World Cup disappointment. They look at the Ballon d'Or, don't they? It's normally a player, if there's a World Cup in that year, that gets it. For instance, Rodri won it in 2024 after winning the Euros, and obviously success with Manchester City. I look at Lamine Yamal. Listen, won the Euros before, won the World Cup this year, won La Liga, 45 appearances, 24 goals, 18 assists last season with Barcelona. I think he's my standout out of all the players because he won domestically, he played a lot of football, and he won the World Cup. Kylian Mbappe as well. He's so unlucky, semi-final of the World Cup. He got the World Cup Golden Boot, top goal scorer in the Champions League and La Liga, 44 appearances, 42 goals and 7 assists for Real Madrid. That's unbelievable stats. But because he got to the semi-final and didn't win the Champions League, did they look at that and say, okay, it can't be him? You look at Messi, getting to the final of the World Cup, 16 appearances, 13 goals, 7 assists for Inter Miami. I don't think Messi can get it either. And then Rodri, listen, best player at the World Cup winner, but for Manchester City, he wasn't at his best, so I don't think you can give it Rodri just for his performances at the World Cup. So if I'm going to pick a player, much as you want to pick your own in Harry Kane, I don't see him getting it. I see Lamine Yamal picking it up.
I don't know about Lamine Yamal, I completely understand what you're saying, and when you look at times going by, you're right, they've won either the Champions League or they've won a trophy with their country, either the World Cup, or what's the other trophy called? Oh my God, the Euros. My God, pure brain fart of doom there. Anyway, I think Harry Kane, he'd be massively considered as a contender for this. 72 goals.
But it depends what they go off.
I know,
you know what
and I know he's not.
Yeah, we don't know what they actually go off. Are they going to go and say, listen, fantastic amount of goals. He won the Bundesliga, but didn't win the Champions League, didn't win the World Cup.
Semi-finals, and a great semi-final in the Champions League.
I agree. If you look at
and a great semi-final with England, it's not as if they were put out in.
Yeah, but I don't think he done well in every game in the World Cup. Let's be honest.
You don't?
No, I do not at all. I said it after the Congo game. I don't think he had a great game. He scored a great goal. Didn't have a great game. He went missing a lot during the World Cup. Listen, he scored important goals, but he wasn't one of the star players of the World Cup. For me, definitely he wasn't. That's why he didn't make the team of the tournament. But when you score that amount of goals, 72 goals in total, you've got to be up there. But we'll ask the guys at Coral at 8:15 what the odds are, but I don't think Harry Kane will be top. I think it's going to be someone who won the Champions League or won the World Cup, because I just think that's what they go off. And it's a shame because it should be everything put together. But will they look as well, Shebahn? The Bundesliga, how hard of a league is that? Will that come into play? So it's difficult, but if I'm choosing one myself, even though Lamine Yamal didn't light up the World Cup, he won the World Cup, he won La Liga, he still got 24 goals, 18 assists for a winger in 45 appearances for Barcelona. I just see maybe he could be slight favourite.
As we mentioned, obviously it being an individual prize. I just don't know how you look past Harry Kane as an individual this season.
Yeah.
You're right to mention, of course, in the German league, but he's been incredible. Absolutely incredible what he's done.
I think
then, of course, the Champions League, and then on the world.
I think there was another award, wasn't there, that they do, and Vinicius Junior won it, didn't he? There was a different one.
Is that FIFA
There's like
Best?
FIFA Best or whatever that was. Maybe that's one that Harry Kane wins. But I think the Ballon d'Or, they like to go for someone who's won the Champions League,
Yep.
a player in the Champions League winning team, or if there's a tournament, World Cup or Euros, they go for that. So I think he misses out.
Okay, interesting. You can let us know your thoughts on that. Still to come for you on Breakfast this morning.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more in-store or online as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Good morning to you, Arsenal fans. We're looking to hear from you this morning. The number is 03717 223344. With Saliba reportedly ruled out for 5 months, plus ongoing fitness doubts over Saka and Rice. How worried are you heading into the new season? Any concerns there? If so, share them with us. 03717 223344. Also, are you concerned about the lack of marquee signing after missing out on Rodgers? Don't forget, the king of radio and talkSPORT legend Alan Brazil is back with you at 9 o'clock this morning. Don't miss it here on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Go on, you chimp.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Want to win a brand new Ford Ranger? Just spend £100 or more using your Travis Perkins trade account to enter into the draw. T's and C's apply.
What do you make of the transfers? And also Maddison's back. You know, maybe Kulusevski coming back as well. You got some key players back as well.
I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the team. It looks like he's got some real kind of men in. You know, like with Tonali and Robertson, people who are going to, like leaders on the pitch. I think that's what we needed. You know, it seems to me like he's going for a type of side who are going to have some energy in the middle of the park. With a bit of experience and kind of like a bit. I want to see a bit more like Housery from us, do you know, like a bit like Arsenal have done.
Yeah.
You know, a bit more like know how to win, and because we've been a soft touch. We've played some decent games, but then like we'll throw away goals and points at the end of the game.
And
so
it's time to embrace playing in that outstanding stadium. Getting a home crowd on side. Don't fear playing there like they have done for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like embrace it and make it a fortress.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we've done so far. We've still got to figure out what we're going to do on the left. Like the left wing for me is an issue. Who's going to play out there? No, we don't want Garnacho.
You want to take over?
No, you take Garnacho, mate. He's a good player. Take Garnacho.
He's good. You have him.
Oh, I think he's a good player, mate.
Why didn't you outbid us? Outbid us, mate.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning. You're listening to Talk Sport Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. Gabs is going on his Holly bags tomorrow.
Absolutely. Do you know the player that I would give it to?
Who?
Kvaratskhelia.
He went at the World Cup. Was it?
Exactly, but that's the thing. Just because he wasn't at the World Cup,
Yeah,
he
true.
can't get it. But if you think about the best player to watch with your two eyes, has been Kvaratskhelia all season
Yeah,
for
he's-
PSG.
he's been
He's
unreal.
been the standout player, more than Lamine Yamal, more than Harry Kane, more than everyone else. But he didn't go to the World Cup. But he won the Champions League.
I know.
He won Liga. So you look at that and say, why isn't he in the mix?
Is Michael Olise in the mix?
He should be. Of course he should be. But then again, it's the same. Even though his stats are so good, he won the Bundesliga, and then he got to the semi-final of the World Cup. It just depends on what they're picking, because there's so many different people are voting. It's journalists are voting.
Yeah.
It's like, what are they going off? Is it what you've seen with your two eyes, or is it what they've achieved during that
So
year?
if you had a vote,
Kvaratskhelia, I'd pick you. So I think he's the player that I've just enjoyed watching.
so not Lamine Yamal.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because I think Lamine Yamal hasn't been at his best this season. He really hasn't. But when you win La Liga, then you win the World Cup. Do they go off what you've won?
Yeah.
You've won the big trophy, the World Cup. I mean, look at that World Cup Spanish side. Who else are you choosing? Rodri's up there, but didn't have the best campaign for Manchester City. Was injured and wasn't at his best in and out of games. Cucurella wasn't at his best at Chelsea. So it's
Feels
hard.
like it's been a quieter season for Lamine Yamal, despite what he's won. Despite what he's won. I mean,
I think this is one of the hardest
which is for Kane. I'm
Ballon
like,
d'Ors to pick.
feels like it has to be Kane now. I feel he deserves it.
I think Kane 100%
Anyway.
deserves it more than Lamine Yamal, but I'm going off what they choose
And
to
how they
pick
do
it.
it, yeah. Based on how historically it works out.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting. All the same. By the way, coming up for you this Saturday, Anthony Joshua's comeback starts as he faces Christian Prenga. We can look ahead to this fight now with DAZN.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Anthony Joshua's comeback starts this Saturday as he faces Christian Prenga. Watch only on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
So heavyweight boxing commentary back on talkSPORT and the boxing YouTube channel this Saturday. We've got a watch along as well. AJ takes on so-called knockout machine Prenga in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's his first fight since knocking out Jake Paul in December. Only days after that, of course, he was involved in that tragic car accident that killed two of his best friends. Yesterday, AJ sat down with Adam Smith and Spencer Oliver out in Jeddah and was a motive interview. Actually, let's have a watch and listen to this now.
There's a lot of things that motivate me, a lot of things that push me in terms of purpose. Obviously, it's been really tough. You know everything that's happened. You know the guys well, and it just hurts even thinking about it. But if I'm going to put my personal life aside, something that motivates me at the minute is I just want to get better as a fighter. There's a lot of ways I can improve, a lot of things I can do to get better as a fighter, and I still got the ambition to still develop. I don't think I'm like the end all and be all of boxing. I still think I've got so many mountains to climb, which is good, which keeps on motivating me in the gym.
And it must have been so hard, but I guess now you've got the memories that you will take with you, and that must be a motivation too for their families, for you to progress and continue to live your life.
1 million. Now they're like, the guys are always part of my life, way before, I always lived for them anyway. That was just part of my DNA. I'm a loyal soldier, and these guys are part of my army, so I would always live and work for my friends and family regardless. But now it just emphasizes the importance of, being a second son for their mums, and everyone in my team as well play a big part in helping support, because it's an emotional time.
Oh God, that's so sad. That is so sad. I'm sitting to speak about the friends that he's lost.
Horrible.
Being sons to their mums. That's just so sad, and fair play. I'm just sitting there and putting on the brave face and getting on. By the way, that whole interview is available on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. We can speak now to our Spencer Oliver, who was part of that interview yesterday out in Jeddah. Good morning, Spencer. That really
Morning,
breaks
Spence.
your heart. I mean, how was he? I mean, off air as well. How was he doing?
Yeah, good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Shebahn. Yeah, it was heartbreaking, to be fair. You could feel the emotions as Anthony Joshua was speaking. You know, only he knows what he was going through. Like, we're not talking about just work colleagues here. We're talking about close friends, people that he lived with. And it was, you know, tragic circumstances. And he was involved in that with a near-death experience. It's quite incredible, actually, guys, that Anthony Joshua has returned and got back into the ring so soon, only 6 months after that tragic accident. So you have to respect it. You really do. And, like, he's doing it for a different purpose. The motivation's there for, you know, for the guys, for the families. He wants to become undisputed. He wants to win a world title again. The big fight with Tyson Fury's looming in November, but he's got to get past Christian Prenga. As you said, Shebahn, you know, he's got a big knockout record, 21 fights, 20 wins, 20 KOs. So it is a dangerous fight for Anthony Joshua because he has to deal with the mental demons.
I think as well, Spencer, you know him very well and you've been around him the last couple of days. Do you think Anthony Joshua looks at this fight as well and looks at his opponent and says, listen, I feel sorry for you because I'm fighting for something bigger now. I'm fighting for the 2 close friends that I lost. I'm taking you out with a vengeance because I'm fighting for 2 friends that I lost.
I do, Gabby. Yeah, I really do. But you know, this could go one or two ways, couldn't it? Because as that ring walk happens, we know the emotions. You heard it there in the interview. Only, like I say, you can't even imagine what this guy has been through in the last 6 months. And now he's doing it. And that is, in his mind, that is the purpose. I'm doing it now for my friends. I live through my friends. I'm going to support the families. But when you do that ring walk, the spotlights come on. Does he see the ghosts? Do the demons reappear? It's such a difficult situation to be in. And we will only find that out on Saturday night. So forget the opponent, people criticising the opponent, the quality of the opponent, the level that he's boxed at. This is all about Anthony Joshua and how he is, you know, not physically. I think physically he's fine now, but how he is mentally.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of it. I mean, you're right. Coming out there could probably bring out a lot of emotions as well. And if it were to be the case, you would never judge him on that because he's been through hell, absolute hell, with what happened to his friends and him to be involved in it. Can we ask you as well just about Tyson Fury as well? What's he been up to in Thailand?
So, Tyson Fury's in Thailand. He's actually boxing. They announced that he's boxing now on Friday night, which is the 24th of July, and that's going to be for his Netflix series. There are no broadcasters showing it anywhere, but Tyson Fury boxes Marius Wack. Marius Wack is a 40-plus-year-old boxer who's only won 2 of his last 8. It's a run-out, really, ticking over, biding time before the Anthony Joshua fight that is going to be announced. Now, I believe, guys, that Tyson Fury, after he's victorious on Friday night, is coming to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. He's going to get in the ring after Anthony Joshua rings, and they're going to announce the fight.
Oh, there we go. We'll be looking forward to that. Spencer, as ever, thank you for your time.
Enjoy,
Have a good day
Spence.
today.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
All the best. Spencer Oliver with us this morning. Live coverage of AJ against Prenga gets underway at 10 p.m. on talkSPORT Saturday night. It's brought to you by Adam Catterall and our top team in Jeddah. We've also got a watch along as well if you would rather watch that on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. That was a look ahead to AJ versus Prenga with DAZN. You can join DAZN Unlimit now for 185 plus fight nights and 12 plus pay-per-views every year, including Joshua versus Prenga, all included at no extra cost. You can buy it now at dazn.com.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. This Saturday, it's danger before destiny for Anthony Joshua. Joshua versus Prenga, live exclusively on DAZN.
Coming up for you, Gabby has got some worrying news for all the Arsenal fans out there listening this morning. Are you in for a tough start next season? You'll find out why next.
You're a Chelsea fan, Tim. What's your view on Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, this season I've been a huge fan of what he's given us on the pitch. He's a great player to have. He's always popping up with one of those classic goals from just outside the area, sort of just runs in, smashes it in. Lovely to see, can't complain. But in the World Cup, the way the guy's conducted himself on the pitch is just absolutely disgusting. I'm just thoroughly embarrassed that he plays for my club. The way he's just been flying into tackles, that one in the final when he got sent off, him dancing around on the pitch with the Falklands banner, it's just disgraceful. I want him gone. Let's just catch in.
Tim, can I say I totally take your point on those parts there, especially the Argentina parts. But with everything that's gone on with Chelsea, especially this season, where at times you've been a bit of a laughing stock under the Liam Rosenior moment, seem to come to my mind and seem a little bit soft. Yeah, seem a little bit soft. Is it?
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor with you. We're here with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. You can check it out online now. Still to come for you, we're going to be focusing on FIFA and how the dwindling relationship with UEFA could affect football going forward. And of course, we're joined at 9 o'clock this morning by the king of talkSPORT. Alan Brazil is back with us 9 o'clock. Do not miss it. He's got lots to chat to us about. Now, in just a moment, Gabby is going to predict exactly how Arsenal are going to start their Premier League season. You do not want to miss that either. And don't worry, Gunners fans, here's how we got on when we did this last season.
Manchester United away, first game. I've gone for a draw.
Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1.
Manchester City at home, I've gone for a loss.
Full-time whistle has been blown. It's Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1.
Spurs on the weekend, though. That could easily be a draw.
2 for Eze, 2 for Gyökeres, and Arsenal lead 4-1 in stoppage time.
Newcastle away. They don't do very well there. Arsenal have gone for a loss.
And Arsenal may just have snatched the victory in stoppage time. Gabriel! And it's all 3 points for Arsenal.
Chelsea at home for Arsenal. I'm going to draw for that game.
What are you talking about?
Finished Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1.
Draw against West Ham away.
West Ham 0, Arsenal 1.
I think Liverpool will be unstoppable, and I don't think Arsenal have it in them, to be honest, to win the Premier League.
The survey says,
Arsenal receive the Premier League trophy. Martin Odegaard steps towards his teammates, throws back his head and lifts the trophy aloft.
Pretty sure you said last season as well that they would never win the title with Odegaard as captain, so that all went really well for you.
Was he really involved last season? Really, Odegaard? Not really.
We should call you Miles Agbonlahor.
I don't think Odegaard done much last season.
So far. Come on.
He didn't.
Yeah, I know, but he was still very much so part of it. Still captained them to win the Premier League title.
Just because you captain don't mean you're the most influential player. He wasn't last season.
He's a big influence in that dressing room. He's a huge influence in that dressing room.
I disagree.
He is. Gabby predicted 7 points from their first 6 games. They actually got 13. He also predicted that they'd slip up in the title run, but obviously they went on to be crowned champions. And Mystic Gab has called many things right. In the past, he did say that Villa would win the Europa League and that Spurs would stay up last season.
Yeah.
So Arsenal fans, pay attention. He's good at this stuff, you would like to think.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, listen. You know, if you're about to leave the car, stay in the car. Okay? Keep focused on my predictions.
First, though, I think maybe
what?
We apology to the Arsenal fans.
No.
And to
Sorry
Arsenal
seems
for
to be the
doubting them.
hardest word to say, and I'm not going to say it.
Just acknowledge it, maybe.
Nah.
That you were wrong.
No, Shebahn, we haven't got much time. Can we carry on,
No,
please?
you were so wrong. I think you should
So
maybe
we're
just
going to
admit
start
that.
off with Arsenal's first game of the season. It's a Friday night. Start playing to the mind of the players. Friday, August the 21st, Arsenal versus Coventry City. I think Coventry are going to have a very good transfer window. I was listening to Crookie yesterday, and Darren has... What's funny? What's funny?
Nothing's fine. I'm not laughing at Coventry.
Oh, okay.
I'm just laughing.
I think they're going to have a good transfer window this month. They're going to sign some good players. I think Arsenal win this game, but I think it's a close win. I see a Coventry side full of confidence, want to express themselves in the Premier League. A top manager that we love on this show, Frank Lampard, who I got on the show. No one gives me a pat on the back for that. I think they get the opening goal. They do well in the game, but Arsenal, hard-earned 2-1 win for Arsenal in that game. So 3 points in that first game against Coventry. Is that fair, Shebahn? Or do you think it's going to be 5-6-0? Do you not see that Coventry can put up a fight?
No,
Excitement.
you know, I couldn't call it, to be honest. You've thought about it in detail more than me,
Thank
but I
you.
still see it being an Arsenal win.
Okay. Next game, it is Aston Villa versus Arsenal. They don't like it, Villa Park. Last season, Shebahn, they lost 2-1. The scorers were Matthew Cash, Emiliano Buendia in the last minute after Trossard equalised. And that was an amazing result for Aston Villa, a deserved win. And I'm going to go with the same result again. It's a Monday night game at Villa Park.
You like
Under the
Monday night
lights.
games,
We
yeah.
do like
Do
under the
like
lights
that.
games, you know. I'm going to go for an Aston Villa 2-1 win again against Arsenal. I think it's a great time to play Arsenal in these first 5 games where I don't think Rice or Saka will be available. Saliba obviously not available as well. It's a good time to play Arsenal early
Potentially,
on.
maybe a little Garnacho goal in that game.
Yeah, fantastic player.
Yeah.
Talented lad. Next, Arsenal play Chelsea. Last season, they beat Chelsea 2-1. That was probably the poorest Chelsea side I've seen in years. This is a better Chelsea side. They'll still bring in other players. Morgan Rodgers will be available. A better coach in Xabi Alonso. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think Chelsea will be stronger this season. We talked about the one game a week they're going to have throughout the season. But this game, I think it's a great time for them to play Arsenal at the Emirates. Sunday, the 6th of September. And I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Next, Shebahn. Sunderland away. Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, do you know the result of Sunderland away last season?
No.
It was a 2-2 draw, but Sunderland should have won the game for me. When I watched the game, Sunderland were the better side. It was a 2-2 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this. I think it's another tough game. It's Saturday, September the 12th at the Stadium of Light. And I think Sunderland are going to go again this season. Great news for Xhaka. Great news for Sunderland that he stayed and didn't go to Chelsea. He's their leader. And I think they're not going to want to be a one-season wonder. They want to go again.
More
Playing
games,
in Europe.
Yeah, that's the thing with that.
Of course. It might be hard to get top 7 again, but I still think they can finish top 10. They can go far in the Europa League as well. So I think Sunderland will look at that game and say, let's do exactly what we've done. We roughed Arsenal up that day. Arsenal looked shaky at the back that day. I think it could be a 2-2 draw.
It's already, you've got them dropping a number of points in their opening games.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
One more game.
Yeah, if you have
honestly,
to. Yeah.
Shebahn, let's turn the temperature up when she's cold. Honestly.
You've not turned it up, you've turned it down.
So next game, Saturday, September the 19th. Last season, Brighton versus Arsenal was a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka scored on the 9th minute. But when I remember that game, it was a close game. It was a tight affair.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Saka probably won't be available for this game. No Saliba at the back. Declan Rice maybe not available. I'm going to go for a draw this time out. Brighton excite me. I love their manager. I love his ideas. They've done some good business. Yes, they've lost players, but they've done some good business so far.
Why would Declan Rice not be available?
I don't think they're going to be available for those first 4 or 5 games because of how hard the season was for him last season.
I doubt
Arteta
these
gives
guys
him a
are
lot of
wanting
rest.
to miss the start of the season.
They will do, 100%.
I think they'll miss the Community Shield, but
I bet anybody they don't start the season.
what date's it now? 23rd of July?
Yeah, they need a break, Shebahn.
Yeah, they're
So
not
I'm
going to
gonna
miss
go-
the 4th or 5th game of the season.
They might do.
They won't.
I'm going to...
Gabby, they won't.
Can I finish?
No,
So
you're
I'm going to go
wrong
for
about
a draw.
that.
So,
Just imagine the uproar. These guys are still on holiday. Well, the season's 5 games in. It just will
against
never happen.
Coventry, 3 points. 0 against the mighty Aston Villa. A draw against Chelsea, so we've got 4 points. A draw against Sunderland, a draw against Brighton. So 5 points from 5 games. I think it's the start of the season where teams take a little lead against Arsenal. Teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United.
Arsenal fans, help me out this morning. 03717 223344 is the number. Ebbs is with us now. Hi, Ebbs. Do you agree with Gabby? Are you fearing a maybe a wobbly start to the season?
I agree with Gabby, the biggest Arsenal hater. No, I don't. To be honest with you, yeah, he's got a few valid points. We are going to struggle, but we've got depth. We have got depth. We've got 4 central defenders.
Yeah.
Okay, Saliba's going to be out for a few months, but we've got Mosquera and Capia can play there, and we're going to make some signings. We are going to make some signings, some big signings.
Really?
And we're not going to struggle.
Big players you go for, you miss out.
What players have we missed out on?
Morgan Rodgers.
Morgan Rodgers was overpriced, just like
think so?
Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo was overpriced, and we pulled out of the deal. Just like Mudryk was overpriced, and we pulled out of the deal. It's not because we haven't got the money. We don't spend stupid amounts of money. If there's money to be spent on a player, like we showed on Declan Rice, Victor Gyökeres, we've spent big money. And honestly, Gabby, I don't know what hatred you got. I mean, I like Villa. As a football club, I like Villa. I love Martin O'Neill. I actually played under Martin O'Neill at Wycombe Wanderers in my youth days.
Fantastic, mate.
Believe it or not. Right? But the point being is that we're a football club that have got tradition, heritage. We're bigger than Aston Villa. You know that.
Well, have you won the Champions League?
When did you win the Champions League?
But we won it.
You didn't win the Champions. You won the European Cup.
Same thing, mate.
Format.
Okay, then. So if the Champions League changes name in 10 years Everyone who won the Champions League didn't win it because he changed name.
But because if the format's changed.
No.
Yeah,
Nottingham
mate.
Forest.
It was easier in those days.
Celtic.
When did you win it? In 70s, 60s,
Celtic.
80s? When was it?
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Aston Villa. European Cup Champions League winners. Arsenal haven't done it. Football was the winner in the final. The mighty PSG.
Villa.
Deserved win.
Villa win the Premier League ever?
We've won, yeah. We won the top flight league, yeah.
Good
That's
point.
how we got into the Champions League.
Good point, Ebs. Thank you very much for your call this morning.
We've won the top league.
Okay.
Football didn't start in Premier League
No, I know.
era.
No, I know how
players
it
that
works,
played
but he
before,
does make a point.
I don't think he does. What's his point?
You'd kill it to win the Premier League this season.
Say again, sir?
You'd kill it to win the Premier League this season.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I'd rather have on the. You know, you walk into Bodymore Heath and you walk into Villa Park and it's got what you've won when you walk through. I've seen it a couple of months ago and it's got one European Cup.
Arsenal fans.
You walk into the Arsenal training ground. You've got to get past, win the dog. Who's barking at you.
Leave the dog alone.
And then you've got to look and say, no Champions Leagues. What a shame.
When would bite you?
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest.
When would go for your ankles?
Go to Celtic. I was lucky enough to go to the Old Firm. I was at Celtic Park a couple of years ago and so proud of their European Cup, Shebahn.
Jack, the Arsenal fan, is with us now. Jack, does Gabby make a point? Is it going to be a tough start to the season or is he at the wind-up?
He's absolutely on a wind-up. I'm not having it, Gabby. You're taking the mick. 5 points from 5 games. Get a grip.
But when you look at the games and the results last season, what I say is you don't look at Aston Villa away, a tough game.
Every game's tough.
You don't think Aston Villa's tough when you lost there last season? What's funny?
They're a tough team. They're a good team, but you're not going to beat us this season.
Why not?
You think you've got it in the bag. You think you've got it in the bag and you haven't, mate.
But last season you lost there.
You're losing players left, right and centre. You can't afford to replace them, Gabby.
We've replaced them. Manzambi.
Who?
Jack, brilliant, Jack. Thank you for your call this morning. 03717223344 is the number. By the way, what do you think you're talking about Declan Rice sitting on holiday while the season's back?
He needs a break.
Not 4 games in. Community Shield.
No, he needs a break. But
he won't be on his holiday.
We moan on here that our players are playing too much football. Why did Arteta bring in Norgard?
So
Why
they'll
did
rest
Arteta
him,
bring
but
in all
he
these
will be
players?
there.
Give them a break.
Gabby, if you put yourself in Rice's shoes, do you actually think you're going to be on your holiday?
Yes, I do.
No, you won't.
100%.
No, you wouldn't.
Shebahn,
no, you wouldn't. He's not.
So the hard tournament. Listen, he looked good in the third place playoff, the bronze game, but all through the tournament, he looked shattered.
I agree. He needs a break.
He needs a month minimum before he comes back to the training ground.
Not sitting in a yacht when everybody else
How long
is at
till
the
the season
Emirates.
starts?
When is it? 2
4
weeks?
weeks. 4 weeks. No, 4 weeks, 1 day.
When is it? 15th of August?
4 weeks, 1 day. Arsenal play on a Friday.
Yeah.
Am I right?
So how long has the World Cup been finished?
So the players probably went on holiday on what? Maybe Sunday? Yeah. Monday? That's what I'm saying. 4.5 weeks they'll have off, and then they'll come back to pre-season training. Then they're going to need 2 or 3 weeks to get up to speed. You won't see them.
But they'll be there.
The footballers don't deserve a holiday, Shebahn.
No, I'm saying that they do. No, hold on a minute. Don't twist it. I have said the whole time that
How long should they have off then?
That they're not going to be on their holidays when they're 4 games into the season. They're not. Even they would go.
I'm not saying he's going to be on holiday when the 4 games.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm saying they come back just after the first game of the season.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
No.
Ed,
Maybe
you didn't say that.
Maybe you misunderstood me. I'm saying he's not going to be available.
I think you misunderstood yourself.
He's not going to be available for those games I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, when you come back, you don't just go and play a game straight away after 4.5, 5 weeks off. You've got to do your own mini pre-season yourself. So you might be 2 or 3 weeks to get fit yourself before you're involved. That's why I'm saying those games they might miss.
They won't be part of it.
I'm not saying that he's going to be on in Ibiza at a beach club.
Yeah, that's what it did sound like.
During the season.
That's what it did sound like.
They'll be back doing pre-season when your other players are fully fit.
What is he looking forward to?
Honest to God, Shebahn. Poor Jamie.
Arsenal Coventry is live on talkSPORT, of course, on that Friday night coming up with the kids breaking up from school today. I think it all finishes up for all the schools today. Many of you wondering what to do with your kids. Don't worry. Gabby, father to 100 children, will give you his guide next.
Probably is.
I'd separate what happened in the World Cup from my club. So if he wants to stay, I'd keep him. He's a really good player. He plays well for us. Really don't like what he did in the World Cup. If he wants to stay, keep him. If he wants to go, like any player that wants to go, let him go. But I would, 100%. We need experienced players with a new manager. We need continuity. So do I like what he did? No. Do I think he's going to get loads of stick wherever he goes? Maybe some at Stamford Bridge? Yes. But if he wants to stay, get your head down and play for us. That's what I think.
And how do you feel about, obviously, Alonso coming in as manager? Couple of signings so far. You get John Stones in the building. You feel good about things for this season?
I feel that after 4 years or 4.5 years of trial and error by American owners, that at last they're appointing a manager, not a coach. The only thing I would say is that we need to bring in some experience. We bring in someone like John Stones with the experience he's got on a free. And also we don't need I hate to say it, but fairly average sporting directors. We need a couple of really good quality sporting directors. But Morgan Rogers, really exciting to get Alonso. And at last we've got a manager, not a coach. So I'm looking forward to this season.
Where does Morgan Rogers play in the 11?
I think he's been told he's going to play off the left.
Is he?
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you. Alan Brazil is going to be with us at 9 o'clock this morning, which is a nice treat for us all. Arsenal fans, Gabby's got you going already this morning, saying you will struggle to start the season. Just 6 points from your first 5 games.
5 points.
Gabby's, 6 points.
Was it 6?
5 points from the first 5 games, so it's gone.
Yeah, 5 points. It was
Right.
5, not 6.
Okay, do you want to give us them again then? Where those?
So, it took me 2 hours to think about this last night when I was doing it. I think Coventry's a tough game, real tough game. They're going to sign players, got a great manager. They're going to be excited, players that are too good for the Championship. They want to see how they can do in the Premier League. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Arsenal win that 2-1. Then I look at Aston Villa. The history there last season wasn't very good. Aston Villa dominated the game and beat them 2-1, sent them packing to London. Then I look at Chelsea at home for Arsenal. They beat them last season 2-1 at the Emirates, but this is a different Chelsea side. Morgan Rogers, top player, top manager, invincible at Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso coming in. I've gone for a draw in that game. Sunderland away last season. They found it difficult. They got roughed up by Brian Brobby, top player, had a very good World Cup. They drew last season. I see them drawing again this season, Shebahn. And Brighton, they won 1-0 last season. Bukayo Saka scored a goal. But I look at this game early on for Brighton, and I feel like Brighton can cause them a lot of problems. I've gone for a draw in that. I don't think they're great. I'm not saying Arsenal are going to lose every game. It is something that you'd be on the wind-up. I'm being honest that I probably will be wrong, but I'm looking at these games and they're difficult. That's a difficult first 5 games of the season. Am I missing something?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's difficult games. 03717 22333 is the number. Arsenal fans, you're reacting to this. Aidan is with us now. Aidan, do you think 6 points from the first 5 games sounds right?
5 points, Shebahn. You keep adding the point.
No, it's 6 points. I've just counted again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you know what he's like, just making up numbers. You know what I mean?
Listen, at the end of the day, we've got a big squad. Mikael Mourinho was out for most of the season. We've had quite a few injuries last season, and they're all back. So when he says Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka are going to be resting, they're not playing the first few games. I agree. They need a rest, so that they might miss the first few games. But at the end of the day, we're the champions of England, Gab.
Yeah.
We're the champions of England. So I don't know why you're going down that road at the moment.
I think it's going to be a difficult start, mate. I'm not saying you're not going to win the league. I think Arsenal win the league.
Listen, the Premier League's difficult anyway, so it could be a difficult start.
Exactly.
But
I still think you win the league, mate.
But mate, that's good enough, mate. If you think we're going to win the league,
Arsenal win the league, of course. I think it's going to be the best of the rest with Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, whatever, Spurs. I think Arsenal still win the league. The strongest squad. Just look at those games, tough games. Saliba's out injured. Who comes in to help that defence? Rice and Saka might not be up to scratch at the early start of the season. I think I've got valid points, no?
No, but I think the squad is that big. The squad is that big that we can be without Rice and Saka for the first few games, and Saliba. Because the squad is that big.
Aidan, thank you very much for your calls this morning. Arsenal fans having a little nibble. Time now to get the latest odds with Coral and Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Celebrating 100 years of rewarding the fans. We're here for glorious Goodwood. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Simon Clare, good morning to you. How's it going?
Arsenal fan. Oh, God. You go.
Well, listen, to be perfectly honest, I was just going to say, I much prefer Grumpy Gab to Arsenal wind-up Gabby, to be perfectly honest.
Do you not see my points, though, Simon? I'm not trying to wind Arsenal up. Like I like Arsenal. Got my Thierry Henry shirt at home in the wardrobe. My points, do you not think they're valid? Of
listen,
tough starts of the season.
Points. You do have valid points. We don't know what's going to happen, and your powers of prediction have just been proved earlier as not being the greatest.
Exactly.
But you have got valid points. I mean, look, Arsenal are 13-8 favourites to win the title.
I think they do, yeah.
And you said that you still think they probably could well win it. But I mean,
think they will, yeah.
We should probably bet. We could now bet. I'll ask the traders, when will Declan Rice make his first minutes for Arsenal?
Do you think he starts the first Premier League game of the season, Simon?
No, I think he could miss the first couple, maybe.
Oh, okay. What do I know?
You were
Shebahn, how do you put
doesn't
up
want him going on holiday.
I'm not wasting my breath anymore with it.
I know. You've got another couple of hours at least. At least Anna Brazil's coming to the rescue at 9 to help you out.
9 o'clock.
I'm getting kicked out at 9, Simon.
Listen, where do we start actually today?
Well, Ballon d'Or. Should we chat about Ballon d'Or? Because I heard you earlier teeing up the Coral slot, so I had to hastily find our odds, but we have them. Lamine Yamal and Harry Kane are 2-1 joint favourites.
Okay.
It's then 7-2 Rodri, 4-1 Mbappe, 5-1 Messi, and 16 Barzos. Kvaratskhelia is 20-1, so he's a big price. I mean, who do you actually think will end up being? I know you discussed it, Gabby.
I would say I would want Kvaratskhelia because I love watching him play. He's been the most entertaining player. But when Harry Kane scores the goals he does, 72 goals in total, he deserves to be in the conversation. But will they go off Lamine Yamal? His stats were very good for Barcelona. He won La Liga as well. So Harry Kane and Lamine Yamal won their leagues that they played in. But then Yamal's going to win the World Cup. Did he have the best World Cup? No, but what did they go off, Simon? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. I do sometimes wonder whether that World Cup, the fact that he ended up with the World Cup winners medal might just tip it in his favour.
People say Fabian Ruiz. I get that, but he didn't have the best seasons for PSG.
Yeah, he's 16-1.
He didn't have the best seasons, but he won the Champions League and he won the World Cup, and he was very good in the World Cup, but didn't play enough probably last season for PSG.
What about the darts as well? Simon, how's Luke Littler looking?
Yeah, we've got some big match today. I mean, we've got Josh Rock against Luke Littler. I mean, Luke Littler's got an extraordinary record. He's played him 9 times, won every one of them. Josh Rock in solid form, but Luke Littler's been absolutely brilliant in the World Match Play today. So I think he'll be tough to beat. He's 1-16 to beat Josh Rock. The better match is probably Gary Anderson. He's having an amazing Indian summer of his career. He's in brilliant form against Dirk van Duijvenbode. It's 2-5 Gary Anderson, 7-4 the Dutchman who beat Michael van Gerwen with those extra legs in the last round. Gary Anderson's I think he's won 9 of his 14 matches against Dirk van Duijvenbode. So he's the favourite. Great atmosphere up there in Blackpool, so worth tuning in on a quietish day for sport. There's cricket 100. I see the London Spirit are playing the Manchester Super Giants. Josh Butler in the Manchester side. They're the underdogs. This is at Lords at London Spirit's home ground. They're 4-5. And there's even a couple of European ties, Shebahn.
Yeah.
Motherwell, who had a great season, but they've changed managers. They're playing Torshvan, the Faroe Islands Premier League second place team at the moment, and they're 1-6 to win. And Hibs are 4-7 against the Kosovan side Malasheba. This is the European Conference League qualifiers. So, if you're looking for some sporting action, you have to look quite hard. But there's bits and bobs, and probably the darts is the best stuff today.
Okay, Simon, as ever, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Simon. Guys. Thank you, mate.
All the best. That was a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+ be gambleaware.org. Coming up next, we're going to turn our attention to FIFA and whether how the damaged relationship between them and UEFA could affect football long term. Good morning.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with the Coral Rewards Shaker. With 100k of free bets available online this Tuesday and Friday. We're here for glorious Goodwood. 18+, max 1 reward per day. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
About Tottenham now. It's a big conversation because obviously it's about trophy wins, European Cups, all of those sort of things come into it. But in the modern world, it also comes down to support base. Money is so much involved, and Spurs are a big club, full stop. Of course, we're above someone like West Ham. We have got more support.
He had you above West Ham
globally. Well, I know, but he was almost fighting with that. You could also look at a support point of view globally. We would make Chelsea look tiny. They have had more recent success. Facts, they've had more success. But we also got to think about Tottenham history. First team to do a domestic double. First team to win the European Cup. We have history that can't be ignored in the same way that like Aston Villa.
Without being pedantic, people will be shouting at the radio, European Cup, not the European Cup.
A European Cup, yes, apologies.
That's all right.
And so I think that history is important. It really, really is. And I don't want to sound like I'm banging on about the past. We know what we've been. I'm a realistic Tottenham fan. I've seen it. Arsenal are a big club. Hate saying it, they're a big club. Bigger than us. I've got to say that as well, and that's going to upset people.
Rich, you do me a favour then. You rate them 1 to 4 first.
It'll have to be Arsenal.
Okay.
Gives me the up, but there you go.
Then who?
And you're not. It's controversial. I'm going to put us above Chelsea and then West Ham at the bottom.
You think Spurs are bigger than Chelsea?
As a club, as a supporting club, and all.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931 when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
Good morning, it's talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with you, 9 o'clock. Wonder if he'll be late, like 3 minutes past 9. 4 minutes past 9 in true Alan Brazil fashion.
No, he's changed, man.
Yeah, he's going to be with us at 9 o'clock this morning. Stay with us on talkSPORT for the return of wee Alan Brazil. Now, civil war is erupting at the very top of world football as the fallout surrounding FIFA President Gianni Infantino reaches boiling point. UEFA chief Alexander Ceferin has made headlines by refusing to attend the World Cup final in protest against Gianni Infantino's relentless push for expansion, while La Liga president Javier Tebas went even further, openly calling for Infantino to step down. Not the only one. Last week on Breakfast, 1998 World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit pulled no punches, slamming FIFA for tearing the soul out of the game.
The only things he's got is in head is the next election.
Yeah.
He wants to keep his position. He wants to keep his seat. He wants to open, the World Cup to everybody in the world to get the vote afterwards, because he knows actually he's in danger, for everything he has done so far, Trump things, but it's not the only one. There's so many bad things, that happened since Infantino. We don't call him Infantino anymore. We call him Mafia Infantino.
Okay.
This is, as a former player, I'm so proud to win the World Cup with my teammates. But in the meantime, I will never, I swear to God, I will never do anything for FIFA.
Wow.
Never. I will never be an ambassador for FIFA.
Wow.
Never, ever.
He was fuming, wasn't he?
I understand what you're saying. I totally understand. He's one of them people, Emmanuel, with principles.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to follow the money that a lot of the ex-players do with FIFA. And what Infantino's done has been disgusting. The Donald Trump incident with Balogun, red card, that was just the final straw, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think the pressure's got to go on. Pressure's got to keep going to get him out.
To make sense of this chaos, we're joined now by former FA and Manchester City chairman David Bernstein. Good morning to you, David. Thanks very much for coming on. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good to hear from you. What's your take, firstly, on the issues between FIFA and UEFA, and what could it mean for the future of football?
Well, it's a big question. Look, first of all, FIFA has always been very political, and Infantino comes in the steps of Sepp Blatter, who was a master at keeping his position and keeping the people who vote for him happy. So, first of all, enlarging the World Cup as it was clearly partly a political decision, because it gets more and more national societies on side. But I think it was very successful. In a way, I was a bit cynical about it to start with, but it worked well. We had some great performances by Cape Verde and the DRC, the Congo, who did extremely well. And I think overall it was a successful tournament. Clearly, having it in the United States with Trump, who we all know is a complete one-off, and this strange relationship with Infantino, gave rise to some things which a lot of us don't like. I personally, don't like the drinks breaks, except in exceptionally hot circumstances. I don't like the long half-time show, which is reminiscent of American football, rather than our game. But a lot of younger people probably like those things. So, all in all, I thought it was a decent World Cup, and The issue with Trump and Infantino, interference and with the sending off was clearly awful and ridiculous, and that should never happen again.
David, we've seen obviously UEFA president Alexander Ceferin didn't attend the World Cup final in protest against FIFA. La Liga president Javier Tebas has also called for FIFA president Infantino to step down. Do you think this is like the start of the end for Infantino, or do you don't think those protests matter much?
No, I think people like Infantino are very resilient, and they know how to play the game. And FIFA is a sort of a democracy in a way, because all the national societies across I think 150, whatever there are, all have an individual vote. So Cape Verde has got the same vote as Spain, and I suspect that he is very secure. in the same way as Sepp Blatter, who was a very dubious character in so many ways, but he survived a long, long while, longer than he should have.
But David, don't FIFA though, as an organisation, look at the negative press that Infantino's getting and think, okay, make a change for that reason?
I doubt it. I think they'll look at the money. They'll look at the huge commercial success of the World Cup. They'll regard it as being a very successful tournament. Yeah, sure, certainly they've got some criticism, and I'd be the first to join in some of that criticism. But I think he'll be strong enough to survive. In fact, I've seen today that Trump is suggesting that Infantino might become Secretary General of the United Nations. That's an interesting suggestion. So, with powerful friends like that and a lot of support from across the world with smaller national societies, my guess is he'll be safe. I think that although FIFA have been guilty of some things that could be done better, they're in better shape than they were under Blatter, 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like Infantino is untouchable, instead of vulnerable at this moment. But how does that change? If football is going to keep going this way, and so many fans, even including yourself, aren't happy maybe with these changes, but they're still going to have attendances. It's just going to keep going their way, right? It's never going to change.
Well, to some extent, that's probably true. This is not a sort of a general democracy. We all haven't got votes in this.
Yeah.
There is a constitution, and Infantino. I know him. I mean, I knew him fairly well when I was chairing the FA, and he was Secretary General of UEFA at that stage. He's a clever bloke. He knows how to play the game, and he's done very well for himself. And these guys are survivors. And if you play the game right and you know how your constituencies work and so on, you can get away with quite a lot. So I don't think. I mean, we're criticising FIFA, and I think quite rightly for certain things that have happened in the World Cup. But overall, I think most people would agree it was a very successful World Cup, both as a sort of as a spectacle. It was a wonderful spectacle. The USA organised. Oh, sorry, not USA. FIFA organised it very well attended, and so on. Of course, there were faults. There always are in something like that. But if we have a problem now with FIFA, it was a bigger problem 10 years ago with Blatter. That's for sure.
Don't you think it's a problem though? If there's been talk about 64 teams in the next World Cup or the one afterwards. 48, I agree, did work. You saw teams like Cape Verde, you saw teams like Curacao have decent performances. But when you start talking 64 teams, do you know what I mean? Are you going to see Faroe Islands and San Marino at the World Cup?
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I'm not supporting that for a minute. I think it's ridiculous to have that many. And it's meant to be an elite competition.
Exactly.
To qualify for the World Cup, and the smaller teams get their play in the qualifying part of the competition. But I agree with you. But because we in the sort of in the West, in the wealthier national societies, England and Spain and so on, might not like it, doesn't mean it won't happen. Mm-hmm. Because as I say, Infantino, maybe he genuinely believes that one should do sort of, if you like, democratise the World Cup and broaden its base. But it will work for him politically. That's for sure. But I mean, if you ask me personally, do I agree with it? No, I don't.
Can I ask you who you think would be a good fit for FIFA in the future? I mean, looking at the World Cup, you see Sir David Beckham at all the games. He has been face of football, transcended football maybe in a way as well. Like, who do you think is the head of FIFA if you could choose that person?
Who do I, other than myself? Who do I think?
Other than yourself, well, you can put yourself up there.
I don't know. I don't think I can answer that. I think I can try and describe the qualities maybe.
Go on.
That are needed. I don't know who the individual is, but it's someone. It's clearly someone who's got to be of stature, who's got to understand the game. But it's very, very difficult. The political pressures,
yes,
from so many directions, it's not easy.
Yeah.
I've seen how sort of fairly close to hand how, I mean, it was when I was chairman of the FA at the FIFA Congress when Sepp Blatter was standing for a re-election, and there was going to be no election, just a coronation because his opponent dropped out. I spoke in front of 2,000 delegates against the process. and I got a little bit of support, but I was outvoted. My proposition that the election should be postponed because it wasn't democratic and there was no election. It was going to be just a coronation. It was opposed by what I was trying to do was opposed by 75% of the national societies because they were right behind Blatter. However dubious his behaviour had been. So it's a difficult organisation to sort of get really straight. But I do think overall it's in better shape than it was.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's a positive. Let's focus on that then. For now, former Man City chairman David Bernstein, thank you for your time.
Thank you, David.
It's a pleasure.
Interesting conversation. All the same as well. And if it did go to 64 teams, Scotland are coming right out of that group.
You reckon you get out of the
Oh,
group?
we're coming right out of the group.
You need 1 point to get out of the group.
Still to come for you.
Get 3 minus 7 goal difference.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more with a Travis Perkins trade account and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Coming up for you on breakfast this morning, it's the return of this legend.
What is wrong with people from Ipswich? I am not a snob at all, but I do get country life every week. Football just baffles me now, mate. I've no idea. I hope you fall off your chair, you tube. Don't be stupid, you tube. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's been wrapped in cotton wool. He's in good form. After a few months away, talkSPORT royalty, the king of radio himself, is making a return in 15 minutes' time. He's going to reintroduce himself as Wee Alan Brazil. We're looking forward to it. 9 o'clock this morning. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Spend £100 or more at any Travis Perkins Hire or Benchmarks branch as a trade account holder and you could win a brand new Ford Ranger. T's and C's apply.
Every member of the British press has spent most of the summer before the World Cup slagging it off. You've talked about ticket prices, so let me call you out on that. Was it expensive? Yeah. Was it difficult to go to games and whatever else? 100%, but they sold out most of the games. They're all sold out.
Yeah, but my question
finish.
to you would be,
Let me finish.
They sell out to the right people.
What do you mean the right people? Whoa. What does that mean?
Well,
That's a very dangerous comment. The right people.
I thought the atmosphere was a little bit diluted because you didn't necessarily have genuine football fans. You had tourists.
Okay, are we now quantifying when you buy a sports ticket, you have to qualify as a fan?
Well, I think it's unfair if you're pricing out
I'm not
genuine fans.
Hang on, I'm not a chess fan, but I might go to a chess event one day. Does it mean I can't go because I'm not a chess fan by nature? I mean, that's a ridiculous comment you've just made. That
not really. There were
only football fans.
I know a lot of England fans.
You're a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
Are you telling me everyone that goes there, half of Old Trafford on a match day,
of course not,
are die-hard Man United fans? Tottenham.
But I know a lot of England fans who are in the England Travel Club. They've got their caps.
I get it.
And they had to make a financial decision not to attend this World Cup. Is that right?
There's lots of things in my life I couldn't afford, or can't afford at various times.
Oh, not anymore.
No, well, I'm fortunate enough. I worked hard enough not to be in that position. But through my 20s, I looked on with envy that I couldn't do this, and this. Ryder Cup, I've wanted to do that for years. I'm going to go next year. It's going to cost like 50 grand. I couldn't do that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah. And I get it was too expensive. I would have liked more fans to have had access to tickets. I get that totally. But it sold out. It was a commercial success. No matter what, everyone wants to write about it.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
very good morning to you. 10 to 9, you're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor. What do we know this Thursday morning? Well, Major League Soccer says it is investigating allegations of tampering by Inter Miami after the club signed Brazil midfielder Casemiro. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
More on that a bit later. Cameron Menzies has been recovering after being taken ill during his World Match Play second round against Ross Smith in Blackpool last night. And you can hear tonight's quarter-finals, including Luke Littler, Gerwin Price and Gary Anderson. It's live on talkSPORT 2 from 7 o'clock. Just swipe across the talkSPORT 2 on the talkSPORT app. It's easy enough to do that there. And Amazon owner Jeff Bezos has been approached by a consortium to buy a 30% share in Liverpool. Great headline, isn't it? The Telegraph's Merseyside correspondent Dom King was with us earlier on this morning and discussed the implications of what it could mean for the club.
I think if you take a step back and look at it and what he's worth, what would he get out of this? What would he be like? He could actually buy the Premier League. Never mind a percentage of a football club. He's got that much money. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's one of those situations where there's going to be more talks. I could definitely see Amit Bhatia, who is in charge of this consortium, he is the son-in-law of Lakshmi Mittal, who is an Indian steel magnate, one of the world's richest families. I could definitely sort of see a situation where they invest, but again, the sources that have spoken to in Boston have said this isn't a sign that Fenway Sports Group are looking to dilute their interest in the club, and it certainly wouldn't have anything to do with the day-to-day running of the club, which would still be FSG's remit.
That was the thoughts of Dom King. He's out in Chicago for Liverpool pre-season tour, saying that it's a big story out there. They're all discussing it, but actually what implications would it have in the day-to-day running? Maybe not a lot. More than that coming up today here on talkSPORT with Alex Crook and Dara McAnthony with you at 10 o'clock this morning. Now, he's been dominating the headlines for the last couple of days, but Aston Villa are close, we believe, to bringing in this man.
What a magnificent Manchester United goal! The comeback is complete in the most wonderful of fashion.
Yeah, Alejandro Garnacho, Aston Villa looks set to land him on loan, with the winger boasting 17 Premier League goals and 48 goal involvements across his senior career at 22 years old. Gab, we've already spoken about this morning, and if you were listening yesterday, we had a bit of a debate over Garnacho. You think this is the guy, this is what you've seen the best of Garnacho so far, but he's going to your club now and you trust the manager.
Listen, if there's ever a manager who can get extra out of a player, it's Unai Emery. I did think last season he tried with Sancho, it didn't work. He's tried again with Garnacho, but when you hear reports that he's been interested in for a couple of years, maybe he sees something in Garnacho that I haven't, but our manager is a genius, Unai Emery, so I have to trust what he does. He's going to be an Aston Villa player now, so I have to try and be positive on that note because it is my football club. But what I've seen throughout his career, because I watch a lot of football for my job, I haven't seen a player who's at the levels that I think Aston Villa need. But he's 22, he's not 28, 29. Hopefully, we haven't seen the best of Garnacho in his career.
One of the best games that you did see was playing against Aston Villa for Chelsea, scored 2 goals, and I mean, you can't deny that he had a good game that day. Maybe that's when Unai Emery went, I've got more to see on this player.
That was a weird game, though, because we played a ridiculous high line, and what Garnacho can do is he can run in behind when there's space. But what I want to see more from him that he struggled with last season is 1v1. When he's trying to take on a fullback, he struggles. He's not strong enough. He gets bullied off the ball. His final ball isn't good enough. You know, his crossing and his finishing isn't at the level. But, like I says, this manager, Unai Emery, has done it his whole career, got more out of players than any other manager I've seen. So maybe he can do it with Garnacho. I'm really hoping so.
I felt Garnacho got a bit of a tough rap here yesterday, and actually looking online and on social media, I know it's a pretty negative place to be, but it felt like a lot of people completely agreed with you that Garnacho is not the answer for Aston Villa. However, Kieran Gill, a journalist, has put up a tweet that's just doing the rounds at the moment. Garnacho arrived at Chelsea without a pre-season, then played under 3 different head coaches, so it wasn't straightforward for him last season. Cobham insiders describe him as a shy, misunderstood, pleasant off the pitch. He just didn't perform on it. Still only 22. See if Villa is better off for him, which I think gives a little bit more of a context and understand. It's been 3 different managers. Maybe he needs consistency 100%. To perform.
Listen, I think all Villa fans just look at the fact that, like, he didn't really set it off at Manchester United. He didn't get into the Argentinian World Cup. Chelsea don't want him. That's what they're worried about. Of, like, you know, we've had Rashford, we've had Asensio, we've had Morgan Rogers, and if that's our main winger next season, that's the worry. I don't think Villa fans would mind if, all right, it's a loan, permanent in a couple of years, but you know what? We back out for top wingers. That's the worry, that going into a Champions League season and another season is going to be harder than the last season in the Premier League because every other team has got better. Have we got worse in the sense of losing Rodgers and then bringing in someone like Garnacho? But there's excitement too, though, for Manzambi. He's a very good player. I think he's the replacement for Morgan Rogers more than Garnacho. The worries are there, but I agree. If there's anyone who's got to try and be positive with it, it's got to be me.
That has to be.
You know, because, like, Villa are my club and he's going to be an Aston Villa player. Let's hope that he can prove me wrong.
Well,
and I'll be the first one to apologise if he does.
I'll look forward to it.
Maybe I won't, but
I look forward to it. I hope it happens. I really do.
Oh, so do I.
Our transfer man Alex Crook is with you at 10 o'clock this morning here on talkSPORT with Darren McAnthony. If anything happens, he'll be the first to update you. You're listening to talkSPORT, and the king of the radio station, Alan Brazil,
Come on, Al,
is with us next.
Bunch of clowns, sorry.
I'm not a hero. Don't worry about that.
I watched a lot of Marcus Rashford at Barcelona. I think it was a successful loan, Jeff. He played 43 times in the league and Champions League together, 13 goals, 10 assists. I'm just surprised teams haven't bid for him. I don't understand the Gordon transfer. I really don't. I feel Rashford is a better option than Gordon. He's 28. Is it the wages? Are we looking at someone that maybe his contract, if he's got a year left at Manchester United, the wages are too much for clubs to maybe sign him on a 4-year deal? Is he getting closer to that 30 mark as well? The contract will be something really strange going on there. But whoever signs him has got a fantastic player because he looks like he's in a better mind frame as well. I look at him before the World Cup. He's at Inter Miami doing extra training. At Barcelona, we hear nothing negative about Marcus Rashford. He's in a better headspace being away from Manchester. So if I'm him and I'm his agent, does he look at another club abroad to get away from any distractions that he might have back home?
Do you think he may have to settle for another loan deal?
It's hard, isn't it? Because will Manchester United accept that? Because he's got a year left.
They may not have any options.
I know. Does this come down to the end of August, Jeff? End of the transfer window? And maybe it has to be because I just don't see him playing for Manchester United again. One, Manchester United, the players that they've brought in, he doesn't fit into that team. And also, as a player, I know it might not be much to a lot of people, but he's lost his number. Cunha took his number.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Good morning. Welcome along to talkSPORT Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne alongside former Villa striker Gabby Agbonlahor. We're here with Arnold Clark, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your car. You can get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Now, you've been standing by for 3 hours this morning, and actually for a good few weeks, couple of months anyway, and join us now. The king of talkSPORT is back.
Okay, DJ.
I feel good.
Rewind. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil. It's 2050 and I'm 90-year-old, yes, and I still haven't been sacked. I am not a script reader. I ad-lib, right? Hold on, recording, silencio, s'il vous plaît. Go! Always believe in your soul. You understand, David? You have was in France, no? Radio is repetitive because there's people coming in and coming out, coming in and out all the time. That's why you repeat yourself, okay?
What did you say radio was, ya?
Repetitive. The world has gone mad, I'm telling you. Excuse me, blooming hell.
I'm not a hero, don't worry about that.
Always believe it. A roar. Gus Poyet, who's down at Shanghai Shenhua. Don't sound surprised, you tube. You don't like it? Radio 4, tube. A roar.
Yes! 27 years later, and he's still lingering around like a bad cough. Hopefully it won't be too long until he's back in this chair where he belongs. Welcome back, Alan Brazil. Good morning, how are you?
Morning, Al.
Very well, you two numpties. I'm very, very well. Very good. Thank you very much.
Here, by the way, Al.
Still got a job, Gabby?
Just about, mate, yeah. Hanging on, Al.
By a thread. Talk to me. You look like a 10 out of 10. I hope you don't mind me saying. Don't report me to HR, but you look good.
Well, I wouldn't be saying that. I wouldn't be saying that, Shebahn. I'm improving. I've got to go into hospital today for a, dare I say it, breakfast radio, a drain on my stomach.
Oh.
I keep having fluid returning, which is a bit of a problem, but you're in there for 5-6 hours and you just read a book and get it done. But hopefully, gradually, I'll go less and less and it'll disappear. And if that happens, then it's just keep taking the pills, keep having blood tests, and I'm all right.
How are you feeling on yourself? Like when you wake up in the morning, are you feeling better or do you still struggle?
Oh no! I'm it's not the same. I'm a bit different, but as every week goes by, I feel a little better, stronger. I do get joint pain, knees and ankles, and it's weird. You know, it's all the pills, and because the pills I take without getting too much into it. It's to, you know, it's reject. You're countering the rejection of your body with a new liver, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I've got to take pills, 20 pills every day, probably for the rest of my life. And your body's got to get used to it. So I'm not whinging. You know, I'm lucky to be here. So I've just got to get on with it. Simple as that. But I'm now ready to start getting busy again and start keeping the old brain going.
When we spoke to you last, Al, you said that your sleep was a problem. How's that going, mate?
Much better. Yeah, much better. I tend to listen to you a lot now, Gabby.
Thank you, mate. What, 10 p.m?
You know, I get the headphones on at night, and it's amazing what a job it does. It's brilliant.
I've missed you digging me out, Al.
No, constant. Don't worry, we keep him on his toes, Al. But
hey, by the way, he's been in my. Have you been in America? How many weeks, Gab? Because you look really brown.
I didn't go, mate. I didn't go out. I didn't get the visa.
You must be sneaking in. You must be sneaking off somewhere.
Montego Bay, as you know, I like to go, Al.
Well, it must be. It must be because you look good, Gab. You look good.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, mate.
Compliments.
I know, Al. But Al, I want to ask you, mate. First of all, the big topic.
Yeah, Villa will be mid-table this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Ipswich are signing players from Celtic. We'll come on to that later on. But I want your thoughts on, as a neutral, Thomas Tuchel and England's World Cup, mate.
Right, I'll get my cards on the table. I was never really a big fan, and when he got the job, I thought, good luck to him. You know, it's a massive job. And I looked back and see what he'd won. I thought, oh no, give the guy a chance. But I thought with that squad he had, I didn't like who he picked to go there. I think leaving out the likes of Palmer and one or two others, I just thought, you know, Harry Maguire, I thought had to be in the squad. So I wasn't sure about his pick, but he's there. Get on with it. And England done all right. You know, better than all right. But that big game. You know, if you want to go on to tactics now, Gab and Shebahn, that big game. What was he doing? You get a goal lead like that, and you look at the clock and say, right, okay, we're going to hold on now. We're not going to concede. You don't lob everyone back in the back four, back five, back six. You flood your midfield. They're dangerous, Messi. They're dangerous passing the ball and grinding you down with passing. So you flood that midfield and you stop them having all that possession. England just said, come on, try and break us down. You can't do that against quality in a semi-final of the World Cup. So for me, that was the biggest mistake he's made. He should have flooded the midfield, and I'd have brought Rashford on before. And how he left Saka out is beyond me. Not because of what Saka done against France. Nothing to do with that. Saka had to play from the start for me.
He knows his stuff, doesn't he? You got your coaching badges, Al.
Well, there was a time. There was a time I turned a few jobs down, Gab.
What about the halftime show, Al? Did you like Shakira and the hips don't lie and all that?
I didn't watch it.
Did you walk away?
I was. You can go back to 1978. I was over there, and I understand what America's all about. And all this, having drinks break. It's adverts. Don't worry about that. It's a money-making machine. And they're going to kill our game, I promise you. They'll say, look at the money we made, fine. But I had a friend, right? Quarter-final. He paid, what did he pay? No, semi-final, he paid $8,000 for 2 tickets.
Incredible,
and then he was going to pay 20 for the final had England got there. And I'm like, who can afford that? So he was at the quarters as well. I don't know what he paid there. You're just pricing normal people out, and all them kids that were there. You know, how much should they pay for a ticket? Their old man, their mums. You know, I don't understand how people can afford to pay that. Never mind get there. They've got to get there first and stay in a hotel. So for me, it was all about money again. I was disappointed in the World Cup. Sorry.
Yep. Al, now moving on to your second team, Scotland. They don't have a manager, and we asked your good mate Ali McCoist yesterday if they asked him to be manager of Scotland, would he say yes? And he says he wouldn't be able to turn them down. What's your thoughts on that?
You know what, Ali? You know, he couldn't. Ali is mad on Scotland. Rangers is his first team, but when it comes to Scotland, absolutely. And Ali, look, I think he got dealt a bad hand at Rangers. What happened and deductions and relegation and all that. Ali, anyone who hears Ali on the telly and the commentaries, and his idea of the game and what's happening and how it could change. You know, what in terms of substitutions and stuff, Ali's spot on. He's as good as anyone, if not the best on there. So as far as I'm concerned, why wouldn't he? He couldn't say no. If he said no, that'd be the headlines, you know? It wouldn't have been his tree in his garden. You know, he's getting pelters for that. Right? He's getting pelters for that. If he'd have said no to Scotland, it'd get even worse. So I'm with him, don't worry.
I mean, that's the thing about Ali as well. He really gets it, and he has such a good relationship with the younger players as well. I think Ali, when you think about it, he ticks so many boxes.
Well, absolutely. You know, he's not been in a job for a while, as in coaching, whereas they're talking about Davy Moyes and stuff. Davy Moyes would do a quality job, make no mistake. But when you think about Scotland, the way we played, and the supporters, again, are just magnificent. They deserve more. And it's not the players' fault. It's just that the players, you know, if you look at Switzerland, look at Norway, the youngsters they bring through and how well they do, and then look at Scotland, what we do. I'm sorry, there's something drastically wrong with the kids in Scotland not coming through at the highest level. To the top, you know, young kids coming through and going to the top Premiership clubs. It doesn't happen anymore. No. In the olden days, there was always one at each club. Now, so, you know, whoever started this new revolution about coaching and academies and stuff like that in Scotland, rip it up and start again, because it's not good enough and the fans deserve better.
Al, I don't know how this transfer is going to happen, but how is your old team Ipswich paying only 10 million for Maeda?
I'm astonished.
Get it, mate. I don't get it.
Do you know what? There was a time, Gabby, when Ipswich used to sell their players too cheap. You look what Terry Butcher costs and stuff like that. We had a I don't know what it was, but we had a problem getting the value that we should have got for players. Now it's Celtic's turn.
I don't get it, Al.
And Celtic, I dread to think what's happening at Celtic. Martin can't be sleeping at night, because here we go again. You know, Celtic, in my opinion, were very fortunate to be champions last year.
Yep.
I don't want to get into referees' decisions, because each team, Hearts in particular, had some big results with referees as well. Never mind just Celtic.
But that playoffs coming soon now, and you don't want a repeat of last season where you lose the playoffs, no Champions League football because you sold your best player.
Right, here's the classic, Gab, the classic example. Middlesbrough go up to Celtic Parkhead, right? There was almost more red in the crowd than there was green and white. The fans now have just had enough. You look what Rangers have done now. I hate to say this. Ali must be laughing. In fact, he'll be down the old bookies. He'll be down Corals having a bet. Don't worry about that. Because Rangers look really, really strong. And they're the team to beat next year. Make no mistake. And Celtic fans know that. They won't admit it, but they know that. Our recruitment is diabolical. And I don't know who's in charge of it, but they want to look somewhere else. I'm sorry, because it's not good enough. And we could easily start the season iffy again.
10 million
And I think, as I say, the strength of Rangers now, in depth, it's going to be tough to beat Rangers this year.
Maeda, I love watching him, and I can't see a Celtic side without him in it, Al. Shebahn,
well, one thing about him, you know, he's come up with the goods, the glory goals, the important goals. But one thing as well, which I was thinking about, Gab, and you know, it's nothing to do with me, Ipswich now, but they're my team. When whoever plays alongside Maeda, they're going to have to press with him, because that guy's the best in the game at pressing goalkeepers, at pressing full-backs, centre-backs on the ball, but someone has to, whoever's playing alongside him, has to get up with them and press, and everyone's got to push up, because make no mistake, next year, Ipswich Town in the Premier is going to be really, really tough again. And I spoke to Johnny Wart the other day, and Workis, I'll take fourth from bottom now, and I'm the same.
All day, yeah.
I'm going to go a lot more this year, but what I would say is it's going to be so, so tough. And our start, Liverpool, Man United, in the first 3 games, is very, very difficult. So Maeda is definitely an attraction.
I don't think you'll be able to go many games now, because I like to tell you everything that I hear in News UK, and the time you've had off has gone down as holiday for the next 4 or 5 years. So you haven't got much spare time, Al.
Listen, just remember August the 5th, Gabby. Put that in your diary. I think it could be the return, 5th of August.
Lovely.
And maybe the 7th of August. And if they go well, then I'll do 3 days a week again.
Yeah.
Lovely. Love it, Al. We missed you, mate.
He's been here. Alan Gabby's been here for the last 6 weeks. He's going on holiday tomorrow, and he's threatened to read a book, which you read in 6 hours. Any recommendations for Gab? I was thinking 50 Shades.
Gabby's he upsets a few people, but the thing about Gabby is he speaks his mind. He gets on with it and says what he feels. He doesn't care who he upsets.
Thank you, Al.
And I'm afraid that's what you got to be when you're a pundit on radio or television. You got to say what you feel. There's no point beating about the bush. I'll have some Celtic supporters will be angry with me today, but I'm just telling you, I'm giving you my opinion. It's going to be a struggle, and Martin knows that. Make no mistake. We were lucky last year. It was character and a few other things that got us through the final wire to get our head down and win by a short head. But if you've been honest, a Celtic fan, Celtic were fortunate. They were lucky, so lucky. The endeavour and the heart was there, but the quality wasn't. And it's going to be even more difficult this season unless they get the finger out.
Okay.
Well said, Al.
Right, Al. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good luck at your appointment today, and take care of yourself. And we'll see you
soon, mate.
5th of
I feel
August.
drained already.
You went to town.
You can't charge for that, Al. That 15 minutes.
Do you want to bet?
5th of August, 6 in the
Pleasure to
morning.
be on, and I'll be back. I should be back August the 5th.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Love you, mate. See you in a bit.
Al, we love you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for everything.
Top man,
Take care of yourself, and good
Pleasure.
luck at your
Thank
appointments
you.
with Alan Brazil there. Send our love to Jill and the family as well. He's back in 2 weeks' time here in the studio hosting breakfast alongside. Here is Buddy Gabby Agbonlahor. Coming up next, we'll speak to our world champion. Denzel Bentley is with us next.
Let's talk about this story doing the rounds overnight about Pep Guardiola and Italy. Italy, of course, not part of the World Cup jamboree. Does raise the question, Kev, because we know now that there was a verbal agreement in place between the English FA and Pep Guardiola as recently as 2024. Obviously, that didn't quite happen in the end. If he is serious, Guardiola, about taking an international job, in the wake of that collapse against Argentina, is there an argument for the FA making a play now for Guardiola and deciding to pivot from Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, look, I'd love nothing more than to see Pep in charge of our national team. And I think not only that, I think he'll give us something which will give us direction for not only just for the next 2 years, 4 years. He could help the FA within it. And, you know, I've been part of that. I know the culture and the DNA of what Thomas was talking about in, last week and what they're trying to achieve. But I think Pep could add something different. I think he's got something, he'll give us a style, he'll give us an identity of what he sees the game, how he sees it. And I think he'll be one who'll want to help everybody all down the line, if you like, the 21s, the 18s. I think he'll bring it all together so that it's all aligned and everything else, because I think that's probably what's needed now after Gareth and what he done, and was when everybody forgets a fantastic job what he done behind the scenes and everything else. We then went to Thomas to go and win us the trophy to get us over it. It hasn't happened. So if there's an opportunity now where our number one target of 2 years ago is available, and it's funny that his representatives have put this out that he's speaking to Italy now.
Yeah.
So does that say that he does want this?
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
A very good morning to you. Lots of love coming in for Alan Brazil. 5th of August, he's back with you here on talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor, and it was a huge week in the world of boxing. Our next guest was alongside Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor in the studio 3 months ago, and at that point Denzel Bentley was seen as WBO middleweight belt withheld due to no fault of his own. Alan Brazil was not happy about that.
I'm puzzled with this guy, you know, the whatever he's taken, and you've got to wait a year. That can't be. No. That's wrong.
It's ridiculous.
That's wrong. Is someone looking into it to try and, you know, get an enforcement here saying, look, he's got to give the belt up?
Yeah. My team are looking into it. My manager, Martin Bowers, has been going back and forth with the WBO, trying to send emails and stuff and, you know, get some clarity on the situation. And I'm sure, like, after this fight, Queensberry and Frank Warren will be on it and pushing. Yeah. That's super promoted, so they'll be pushing, you know, for, you know, some sort of result from them.
So that was a few months ago. Very pleased to say Denzel Bentley is here in the studio with us now.
Morning, mate.
With your gorgeous belt. You've got it. You've got your hands on that, baby.
Yeah, finally.
So heavy. I realised incredible.
I just said the same thing. And Denzel's obviously, like me, I want to peel the bits off it just now. You've still got it wrapped all carefully, and you're not tempted to just like peel that all off and give it a good rub?
I am, but I'll stay in there for as long as possible, and then when it comes off, then start polishing it every time.
Tell us about then the journey from then to now and getting the belt into your hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's been frustrating since the fight. You know, they put me as interim champion. I came up here before, obviously, as you guys just showed, and then was going back and forth, and there was still no clarity on it. But then just a few days ago, Janabek himself, who had the title, decided to move up a weight, even though he's still in the ban. I don't know how that happens, but I'm not complaining no more. So he moved up a weight and I got elevated to world champion. Took 3 months after the fight, but we're here now, so that's what it is.
Fantastic news to have it, but when you got a belt like that, someone wants it off you, don't they?
Yeah, 100%.
So it is the Cuban unbeaten contender, Joel Hernandez, is the mandatory challenger for your title.
Yeah.
When would that fight be? And is that one you're looking at? Because you also are looking at the big money fight with Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd love the Chris Eubank Jr. fight first. I mean, that's a domestic dust-up. Not many people know Hernandez. I wasn't really aware of Hernandez myself until I won this title, and I have looked at him. He's a quality fighter.
Yep.
Most of the Cubans are, but I'd like the Chris Eubank Jr. fight if that's possible. If he's still competing at middleweight, that's the fight I'd want. I mean, I think it will make a lot of noise in the UK. He's someone that's always spoken about wanting to be a world champion, and this would be his chance to become one or to compete for one. You know, if that's still one of his goals, but
you have to fight the mandatory challenger though.
It hasn't been officially put in place yet. So once that does, I'd have to fulfill my obligation as a champion, and I will do that. But as of now, I've got some, you know, free space to do what I want to do, and I can get a voluntary defence. Which, if it could be Eubank, I'd be happy.
Lovely.
What about the free space that you've got now? Now you've got this belt.
Yeah.
Where do you feel in yourself? And also, did you get in the belt at this point? Does it take the shine off it that it didn't happen in the moment? Or are you trying not to think like that?
A little bit. I mean, at first I was kind of like over it. Oh, listen, whatever happens, happens. And then I got the email and I was excited. I was like, fair enough. This is one way to win a belt. I mean, I'd rather have, you know, been announced the champion in the ring. Took away from that moment. But I still feel like that was my moment. If you play it back, it's like that's the fight. I won this, but I just had to wait 3 months later to receive it.
So it's nearly 4 months now since that fight. How are you and yourself? How is the training going? And are you just itching to fight again?
Yeah, I'm itching for some news. I'm itching to fight again, but I guess everyone wanted to wait till this became official before we moved on. But I just want to fight. I love competing. I love being in the gym. I'm always in the gym. I've been training this week. I've been training since I've been seeing you guys. So I'm just waiting for some confirmation on a date, and I'm ready to defend this.
At the moment, let's look ahead to this weekend because AJ's back in the ring against Prenga. Our guys are out in Jeddah for the fight and had spoken to AJ yesterday, and you just look at him and you can see the sadness and you can understand why from everything that he's been through. How do you see this fight going for him?
It's a lot. I mean, I'd like to see a lot, like how he responds to, the tragic incident that happened to him, about, was it 6 months ago now?
Yes.
He looks like he's in good spirits, but like you said, you can see the pain in his eyes still. He just lost 2 of his closest friends and he was there when it happened. But if he can respond well to it, come back, and hopefully that gives him some more fuel to push forward and do it for them, and we see an explosive, exciting performance from him, then everyone will be looking forward to the next fight, which is Fury. But I do think he is levels above Prenga, and I think he knocks him out.
Yeah, I said that to Spence Oliver earlier, that losing 2 close friends like that in a tragedy, is that going to bring that fire in him and say, I've got to win for them? But can that work the other way where you forget that you are fighting someone who is dangerous, and you have to have that in your mind, that don't go all out and then you're the one that gets in trouble in a fight?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I think he's, as harsh as it sounds, he's trying to block it out for this potential competition. I think he will be, but what makes everything worse is us up here speaking about it. He's reminded of it every time. If he does look at these sort of things, where I'm guessing he's probably not at this time, his team won't allow him, but if he is watching interviews and seeing what the public have to say and all these things, he's being reminded of the incident every single time he switches on the telly. So that also could play a part. So I'd hope he's keeping away from all this stuff, the interviews, and
he's got to be rusty as well, isn't he? He's not been in the ring for so long as well. I mean, as fighters, when you're not in the ring for a certain amount of time, you're not going to be at your best, are you? You're going to have rust in the early round, surely.
It's true, but I went through a bit of that, so I don't really think that is a problem if you stay in the gym.
Okay.
If a lot of people, when they talk about ring rust, they're not fighting, so they're not in the gym, and then they come back to training for that fight. Then you can see a lot of ring rust. AJ's someone that keeps in shape. Like, look at the shape. I haven't seen a guy out of shape in my life. So.
Yes,
and that's the thing as well. I mean, we're already looking past Prenga towards Fury. There's a lot of focus on that as well. There's also reports that they could spar together. Would you ever spar with a potential opponent?
No, I wouldn't.
Prepare?
No, I wouldn't. Not at this point where it's so close to us fighting. I wouldn't. But they have sparred in the past. But I wouldn't be looking for them to spar.
I've had like a complaint sometimes when I spoke to promoters about boxing, is that 25, 30, 40 years ago, it was like you had to fight that person. I do feel now with boxing, with different promoters, you can sort of like, no, Moses, you told me, no. Fabio, no, I want to go and fight that guy. Then I'm going to get a big fight between Fury and Joshua.
Yeah.
Not that you can dodge him, but you can pick your fights a bit more, can't you now? Do you know what I mean? When before it was basically, no, you're fighting him. I don't care. He's the next up-and-coming one that everyone's scared of. You got to fight him, even though you're 10, 12 years older.
Yeah, and I think everyone in the sport is to blame for that, not just the fighters. I think promoters, managers, and the fans are also to blame for that, because you go in there with someone that's dangerous, like you said, you might be scared of, and you lose to them in whatever fashion. You don't get the credit. Instead, you get knocked back. Promoters don't want to put you out no more because you just took a loss, and fans will start calling you all sorts of names and you're not good enough. And other fighters, you're not worth it no more. So people try to preserve their aura, that kind of, that element of, I'm undefeated, or whatever it is that they're preserving to be able to get the big fights.
I'm looking at the Bra beating Wardley. Should he not go and fight like, okay, Usyk doesn't want to fight him, Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
And Tyson Fury might be like, I don't want a bit of...
He knows it's dangerous, and he knows he can make that money fighting whoever he wants to fight.
And if
he does lose, everyone's talking about his legacy. He lost to Dubois. He's not the greatest ever anymore. So, I mean, all's to blame in my opinion.
Yes.
Well, we're looking forward to more of your journey to come as well. Well done on getting your belt. Enjoy this time. What are you doing today? you training?
Nothing much, just with the kids.
Carrying, that's training, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Carry that there with a sauna jacket on and every fired.
Honestly, that's like my workout done.
It's heavy in the case as well. It's horrible to talk around, but I enjoy it, so it's good.
Yeah, great to have it. Listen, good for you. We'll be following your journey and have a great weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
World champion Denzel Bentley with us in the studio here on talkSPORT Breakfast. Don't forget AJ Prenga with you on talkSPORT this weekend as well. We've also got the watch along on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel coming up. We turn our attention to this transfer market and whether we could see Rodri playing alongside Jude Bellingham for Real Madrid next season. Find out why next.
Look, I rate Aston Villa. I know the size and the history of the club. They're a big, passionate support. This is bonkers because I rate Emery as well. I have no idea what anyone at Aston Villa have seen in Alejandro Garnacho to think that he is perhaps a solution. I just don't understand it.
Talk to me about the player.
He's a reprehensible character. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing.
What was that word again?
Reprehensible, horrible, objectionable. I mean,
Google.
Hateful. There's very little to like about him. I think that he's a man who's in it for himself. I've seen nothing to suggest that he's a player that he believes he is.
He's 22.
It doesn't matter.
Both of you chill out. You're grown men. Hammering this poor lad.
He's not 16.
Poor lad.
No, but he's 22, and I get it. He's got all the riches in the world.
5 years at 22.
But I think it is overkill. He is
It's
a
not
good
overkill.
player.
No, it's underkill.
He's a good player.
I'm not intelligent
He's
enough.
in the Premier League for a reason.
I'm not intelligent enough
He's
or
been
articulate enough
considered
to
by
do
Villa for a reason.
justice
He's
to
been your
how
club for a
objectionable this
reason.
bloke is.
Can you ignore her?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Can you finish?
I am trying. Yeah.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. To any Villa fans, to any season ticket holder in that whole end, I tell you this is an error, a mistake, something that will haunt you. And it's a terrible, terrible statement for Aston Villa. He will disrupt your dressing room. He is not the player that people think he is. Do you know the kind of player that he is, really? He should be running the wing.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon, so expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. It's Shebahn Aherne Gabby Agbonlahor with Arnold Clark. You can browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. He was a nice guy.
Lovely guy. Yeah, he's been on a couple of times before. Lovely.
You know when he'd like absolutely smash you, right? But he's also got like the kind of smile.
I say it a lot. It's like you see someone like him. He's got such a lovely smile.
He's
Imagine
so warm.
you're in a bar and you've had a few, and you bump into him. You say, "Come on, mate. Like, what's where you going?" And you don't know. So you don't know who people are. UFC fighters, boxers. Gives you a little rib shot. No one can see.
You probably should. You should probably read it in that moment because they're not going to do anything because they've got so much then self-control.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them they know they
looking.
can't.
It's like
Lethal weapons on them.
Little low blow.
Yeah.
No one's looking.
My kids are doing Muay Thai at the moment. K-box.
I think you got to watch out for the people that like are quiet and silent.
Yeah.
Not the loud ones.
They can control the anger.
Control ones like, mate, stop.
Yeah.
I will hurt you.
That's me.
Back away. Your sister.
Yeah. We cheeky head butt. See you in at the weekend.
She's behaving herself now, your sister.
She's in Brazil.
Oh, God.
She's been in South America for ages.
She?
Yeah, we've lost her.
Is she learning
what?
Bit of MMA?
No. God knows what she's doing. Playing football in the Copacabana is what she's doing. By the way, yesterday Troy Deeney joined Andy Goldstein on Drive to debate the all-time top 10 Premier League strikers despite Erling Haaland's astonishing goal-scoring numbers. Troy dropped a bombshell arguing that the Man City star doesn't even make his top 10 list. Brilliant.
Rooney 2, Shearer 3, Andy Cole 4, and then 5th depends on what day of the week. Fifth's always changing.
Who have you got on Wednesday?
Because I've got, it goes between Harry Kane, Jermaine Defoe, Aguero, Robbie Fowler, Luis Suarez.
So there's another 5 there. So you've got 10.
Them. Yeah.
You've got 10. Haaland's not in your top 10.
Not yet, no. But the beauty of these is they're not in the Prem anymore. Most of them have retired.
But okay, so people listening to this will go, hold on. You can't not be in your top 10 Premier League strikers of all time. Goldstein's just read out every single stat about him, and he tops every single list. So are you putting Aguero above Haaland?
I think so. I'd be interested to know what Man City fans think.
Yeah.
In that regard.
The thoughts of Troy Deeney there with Andy Goldstein on Drive. Gabby, does he rank in your top 5, top 10?
Top 5, Haaland, I would say top 5, yeah. I think it's quite difficult though because there's so many top strikers we've had. I mean, you look at Thierry Henry's top for me, then Shearer. You've got Aguero, you've got Suarez, you've got Robbie Fowler, Harry Kane, you've got Fernando Torres. There's so many. Michael Owen, you forget about how good he was. Mm-hmm. Jermaine Defoe was a natural finisher. Yeah, I'm there in 222. But there's been so many top strikers, and everyone's got different ideas of what they like as a striker. Like Haaland is an unbelievable finisher.
I think with the numbers, it's like how
Haaland wouldn't score as many goals from outside the box maybe as Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah.
Or didn't have the technical abilities of Luis Suarez. So there's different styles, but I'll definitely pick him in the top 5.
Everyone's opinion, I suppose, different on that. But when you mention all the players, as Troy did mention, there's been so many unbelievable strikers. But today, there's no doubt it's Haaland.
100%.
You know. Yeah. Interesting. Right, time now for a bit of this.
Rookies Roundup, right here every day. Rookies Roundup, which players are on their way? If an agent's got a story.
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Crookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
What are you guys whispering about?
No, we can't tell you.
What was it about?
It's between us two. Yeah.
Well, don't do it in front of me then, because it's considered as rude.
When Gabby's coming back on the Friday show after his moonlighting on breakfast for the last month.
I'd love to.
Have we lost you for good?
No, I'd love to come back, mate. You know, it's Fun Boy Friday is one of my favourite shows.
Fun Boy Friday?
That's what we call it, yeah. Is that okay?
That's what Sam calls it.
Is that okay, Shebahn? You got a problem with the name?
More like in-betweeners.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
To be honest.
We just want to make sure you're okay. You know, you seemed a bit tense yesterday's show.
Oh, all good, all good.
Okay?
Do you know what? On the subject of the in-betweeners, I tried to watch that with my 16-year-old daughter the other day.
No, why are you watching it with your daughter?
She hated it. Didn't get the humour at all, honestly. So then we tried Kevin and Perry, you know, in Ibiza. Didn't like that either.
Do you need a bit of help today, though,
What's wrong with kids today?
I'm trying to think, what would 16-year-olds like?
I thought Darren was like, it's quite hard on yesterday. You didn't seem like you're sticking up for yourself. Do you want me to stay for an hour, help you out.
You can do the show if you want.
Yeah,
I'll go home.
Stick up for yourself a bit more, mate. Okay, you know what I mean?
It's called a conversation, Gabby. They were having a conversation.
Crookie was silenced every time we tried to speak.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that happened. You didn't listen. You saw the clip. Crookie, what's happening today? I mean, Garnacho, we spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's going to be closer to Villa?
Yeah, I think it's done. It's interesting. He's agreed a 4-year contract for when the loan ends. There has been some talk it might be a 2-year loan. I've not been able to stand that up yet. I don't know if you have with your Villa sources, but what Chelsea are telling us is, while they're not going into specific details, the obligation is very achievable and it matches their valuation of around about £43 million.
But does that help Villa in a sense that Villa aren't paying anything out now?
Yeah.
So they
in terms of PSR, it basically kicks it down to
further down the line
accounts.
they have to pay.
Yeah,
which is good news. Maybe that helps Unai Emery buy other players.
Yeah, I still think Nicholas Jackson is one to watch when it comes to Villa.
How much do you reckon?
50, maybe.
Okay, interesting.
Why? Why is that interesting?
I think Chelsea's asking price is higher. I think they're looking for more like 60.
Yeah, it's quite a lot, isn't it, for Nicholas Jackson? I do like him though, but not for that sort of money.
Okay.
A nice loan would be perfect.
Gabby, we've been talking about this David Beckham MLS tampering story this morning. Tell us about this Casemiro deal and
Yeah, I mean, it's a strange situation, but basically, LA Galaxy felt they held what are called discovery rights for Casemiro. So basically, that would have given them first refusal. Now, in announcing his signing, Inter Miami announced they'd acquired the discovery rights. So obviously, the MLS, immediately after that statement was released by Inter Miami, they released a statement of their own saying that they're reviewing a tampering allegation. So clearly, LA Galaxy have gone to the league and suggested something untoward. Whether it will come to anything, I don't know. I think Casemiro's most likely destination has been Inter Miami for some time now. Ben Jacobs has been all over that story, reporting it for several weeks. So I think the deal will still go through, but just a little bit of drama.
But does David Beckham get in trouble? Or is that just the headline of it?
I think that's probably just the headline, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's the golden boy over there, isn't he, as we saw during the World Cup.
Yeah.
Any more transfers, Crookie? Because, we're deep into pre-season now. John Stones, he's going to have a holiday, of course, but I'm sure we'll want to be sorted before he comes back.
Well, it's interesting because we know that there have been some talks between Chelsea and John Stones. Then we got the news last night that William Saliba is going to miss the start of the season for Arsenal. There is a link there, isn't there, between John Stones and Mikel Arteta, having coached him at Manchester City. Yeah. So I wonder if Chelsea might face a little bit of competition there. What I think it does mean in the short term is that Ben White, who was available for transfer, as I understood it, maybe now won't be allowed to leave because there is a fear this Saliba injury could keep him out for a while.
Crookie, what team gives John Stones the best deal? Do you know what I mean? Because like we said yesterday, there might be a deal where it's based highly on appearances because with injury record, he might not like that sort of contract.
But if he's already got that pre-existing relationship with Arteta, he seems the type of character where that might hold quite a lot of weight.
Okay,
I think that's it. He does bring that character, leadership, experience. Seems like a good guy.
He did shock me in the World Cup how good he was. I was the one that was saying that Maguire should have been in it and he didn't play enough football. But
he did well, Stones. I
still
think Maguire should have been in it.
Yes,
to head some of those balls away coming in against Argentina.
Gabby was kicking off about Diaz and Maida leaving Celtic for 10 million for Ipswich. That is a bargain.
Is it a year left on his contract though?
Yeah, that looks a really good signing to me. And actually, I spoke to somebody at Ipswich a few days ago, and they said we're going to try and bring in a few established players. They've signed Issa Diop, who obviously has got Premier League experience. And then they said we're going to throw a few curveballs as well. I wonder if this is one of those curveballs. But he looks like the type of player to me who can score goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, and he's the pest. Like he presses, doesn't he, non-stop, even in the World Cup for Japan. I thought when he played, he was a threat as well. So shame for Celtic though, Crookie.
Yeah,
fans aren't going to be happy.
Big blow for them.
I don't know when the playoff game is for the Champions League, the two-leg playoff. But we've seen this last season with Celtic, where you're selling your best players and you lose that game. They can't afford to happen again, can they?
And there was a lot of anger, wasn't there, from the fans over the lack of investment before that qualifier, and then obviously when they didn't make the Champions League, they pulled up the drawbridge. Really, it's going to be competitive, I think, with the newly promoted clubs. Hull City trying to sign Mario Pasalic, their experienced Croatian playing in the MLS, and they've done a lot of business already this summer. Matt Target through the door, so I think it's going to be really tough down at the bottom of the table. I wonder if somebody could be sucked into trouble. I worry a little bit for Fulham, Arbeloa doesn't hit the ground running.
I agree.
Talk to us about Arsenal. I mean, any other signings coming in other than, say, John Stones and those rumours? Anyone else that...
Well, they need a wide player or another forward player. Obviously, the interest in Julian Alvarez has always been there with Andrea Berta. So I think they're going to do something. Buadi looks more likely for Manchester City now than Arsenal. Obviously, he was on their radar at one stage. But yeah, I certainly think Mikel Arteta is keen to strengthen from a position of power. Again, we were talking about this on the show yesterday. I think you've got 6 teams now, and sorry not to include Villa in that at the moment, but we'll see what they do.
Okay.
But you've got 6 teams, I think, vying for those top 5 places, which should be Champions League football. And I think that's going to be really competitive as
talking
well.
about the so-called top 6 that you guys in the media like to call?
I think so. I think the big 6 are back, as Jamie O'Hara would say.
Interesting. One of those finished 17th 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, but they've done good business and they've got a good coach, Gabs.
Yeah. The Villa just get disrespected by everyone, and then Crookie comes and enjoys our corporate
Don't
side of Aston
worry
Villa.
about what everyone
and,
else says.
Drinks our champagne and has our
Got your trophy.
our
It's
prawn
okay.
sandwiches.
and then
just hammers
gets
us.
looked after at Shea Gab.
Crookie, you're back with us at 10 o'clock with Darren McAnthony on talkSPORT. Crookie, thank you. Make sure you head over to talksport.com to get all the latest transfer news there coming up. Crookie doesn't know how to keep his kids entertained. Is this true? You don't know how to entertain the kids? Okay. Oh, yeah, because she's watching the In-Betweeners with them. Just don't ever do that again. Don't put on the In-Betweeners with your daughter. Gabby educates all our listeners on what we can do with the kids this summer. That's next.
What do you make of the transfers? And also Maddison's back. You know, maybe Kulusevski coming back as well. You got some key players back as well.
I'm excited. I really am. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with the team. It looks like he's got some real kind of men in. You know, like with Tonali and Robertson, people who are going to, you know, like leaders on the pitch. I think that's what we needed. You know, it seems to me like he's going for a type of side who are going to have some energy in the middle of the park. With a bit of experience and kind of like a bit. I want to see a bit more like Housery from us. Do you know, like a bit like Arsenal have done.
Yeah.
You know, a bit more like know how to win, and because we've been a soft touch. We've played some decent games, but then like we'll throw away goals and points at the end of the game.
And it's time to embrace playing in that outstanding stadium.
Yeah.
Getting a home crowd on side. Don't fear playing there like they have done for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Like embrace it and make it a fortress.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we've done so far. We've still got to figure out what we're going to do on the left. Like the left wing for me is an issue. Who's going to play out there? No, we don't want Garnacho.
Well, take over.
No, you take Garnacho, mate. He's a good player. Take Garnacho.
He's good. You have him.
Oh, I think he's a good player, mate.
Why don't you outbid us? Outbid us, mate.
I think that if we sort left wing out and maybe look, Richarlison's not the future for me with Spurs. I think if like Richarlison for me we should try and get rid of him. I don't know if we can.
Anthony Joshua is on the road to destiny. But first, there is danger. Prenga, 20 wins, 20 knockouts. And AJ knows, one moment, one mistake, one punch will change history. AJ is back. But there is danger before destiny.
Good morning. You're listening to talkSPORT Breakfast, coming up for 10 to 10, Thursday the 23rd of July. It's Shebahn Aherne and Gabby Agbonlahor. What do we know this morning? Well, Arsenal have confirmed their defender, William Saliba, is set to miss an extended period after suffering a back injury while at the World Cup with France. Nightmare start then to the season, what sounds like on paper for Arsenal.
Oh, but I say that and you don't agree with my predictions?
I didn't agree with your predictions,
Okay.
no.
No problem.
I do agree with you, it's a nightmare that Saliba's not.
Oh, but then they'll just win every game. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't know yet.
Okay.
Drop the attitude. This
Sorry.
is not how you want to
Sorry,
go on your
ma'am.
holiday.
Sorry, ma'am.
Hey, ma'am.
Sorry, Mrs. Aherne.
I want to apologise, ma'am.
Sorry, Mrs. Aherne.
You will
Please
be.
don't put me in detention.
One last thing. Don't be sorry. Be careful. All right? I love you, Gabs. Cameron Menzies has been recovering after taking ill in the World Match Play second round match against Ross Smith in Blackpool last night. We've seen these videos. We're hoping he's doing okay. Tonight's quarter-finals include Luke Littler, Gerwin Price and Gary Anderson live on talkSPORT 2, 7 o'clock tonight. You do not want to miss that. Good live sport over on talkSPORT 2 tonight. And the Commonwealth Games gets underway up the road in Glasgow, and talkSPORT's athletics correspondent Michael Waydock told us earlier this morning that there will be some familiar names taking part in the games.
Bex is back. So David Beckham had a key moment when the games were in Manchester in 2002. He was very much part of the opening ceremony with the baton. And David Beckham is here in Glasgow as well. But it's not Golden Balls. So before you get excited, it's another David Beckham, one of India's finest cyclists. So David Beckham is here, and also Ronaldo is here. But the Ronaldo is actually Ronaldo Singh Leighton Jam. So the David Beckham, as I said, is a cyclist. He's been at the Commonwealth Games before, so crashed out in the men's keiring when the games were held in Birmingham in 2022, named after David Beckham, the England-Manchester United star, of course. And Ronaldo is a 24-year-old, is actually a former junior track cycling world champion and has various medals from the Asian Championships. He's named after the Ronaldo that lobbed David Seaman at the 2002 World Cup.
Brilliant. Ronaldo and Bex and other forms as cyclists going to be at the Commonwealth in Glasgow. Did you name any of your 14 kids after any sports?
Yeah,
idols?
I named my first son after my sports idol, Gabriel Agbonlahor. So he's got the same name as me. Yeah.
Is your son Gabriel?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Gabriel Jr.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
My son's named after Brooks Koepka, the golfer.
Is he?
I was
That was why you named him. Yeah.
I was pure preggers and kept having dreams about Brooks Koepka.
Oh, really? What did your husband
And he
think
was on a
about that?
winning streak as well.
What did your husband think about those dreams?
Yeah, he totally agreed. He was
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, okay, that's fine. And I had a dream that he slid into my DMs and asked me out.
Really?
And then I said to Jamie, I was like, what about the name Brooks? And he's
But you
like,
see, when you have
"Actually,
dreams like that, does that mean that that's what you're wanting and it happens in a dream?
apparently it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah, isn't that? It's not great, is it, for your husband to know that?
Is it? Oh, come on now. We've not seen his camera roll. I'm pretty sure he'll be all right.
Yeah, his DMs. Jamie.
Brooks is a bit of all right, isn't he, Jamie?
Especially Jamie, you know, like Alan says, you know, he likes to help with the housework.
He
and He
does.
does a lot, doesn't he, around the house? He
really
hoovers and does everything.
Focused on his housework.
Sick, yeah.
He loves
Yep.
getting the bleach
He's
out.
a real man. He's a man's man.
He blooming is a real man.
I know he is.
You come for my husband again.
Ah,
Jamie
you're
just
funny.
going about his business,
Jay.
getting mugged off by Brazil and you every morning. By the way, Alan Brazil's back on the 5th of August, which will be fun.
Lovely.
And for the Commonwealth Games, you can hear every moment, every medal, every story with extensive coverage across the games here on the talkSPORT
A
network.
funny text here, by the way. I don't normally respond, but this is a nice one. I don't know he's being sarcastic. So
Go on.
I want the
Read it to me,
listeners
I'll give you the tone.
I want you guys to see. Just wanted to say, I listen to Gabby on the radio a lot. And I decided to go on YouTube and watch a compilation of all his goals for Villa. What a player. Didn't realise how good he was, Andy in Halifax.
No, that's
Now, I
nice
think he's being sarcastic there.
No, that's nice.
Andy, can you reply, please, and say if you're being serious or you're being sarcastic?
That's kind. That's a kind
I
message.
don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not falling for it. It's a trap.
It's not.
It's a trap.
Your highlights were all right.
No, Andy trapping me.
And you were
I was
really
a tapping
fast as
merchant.
well. You were
Yeah.
fast.
Thank you.
You were.
I would have done well at the Commonwealth Games.
You would have done. Yeah, all coming up the talkSPORT network and across the UK. All the schools have broken up for the summer holidays. I mean, up the road in Scotland, by the way, they broke up ages ago. They're practically going back to school next week, actually. They go back in like
June.
7th of August.
Late of June, do they break up?
Yeah.
Late June, isn't it? Yeah.
My kids break up today. All parents listening will agree that it's quite hard to plan 6 weeks of the summer holidays with the kids off, juggling work and juggling your sanity as well. So to help you out, it's time for Gabby Daycare. By the way, all the schools I think finish up today and tomorrow. Then that's like kids off for the summer.
Right.
You excited?
No.
Daddy.
Hey, big guy, how'd it go in there?
I missed.
What does that mean?
I missed.
Oh, hell no.
I went to my son's football yesterday, right? Muddy. I got to the car afterwards and I just couldn't be bothered.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Kelly, Dylan's mom.
I don't see my kids, do I? He always says it to me in the podcast. You need to see your kids more. You don't see them enough.
Gabby's kids are running around the bull ring, you know. Nicking, picking,
Nicky Pick-a-Mick. Laugh, mate. Don't make me laugh out.
Okay, so advice for those off school.
So
parents to keep it calm and keep it organised.
I think it can be difficult, can't it? Because just because the kids are off doesn't mean the parents are off. You know, we don't all get the holiday that some people in, you know, especially this building get. So it can be difficult. You know that, especially, don't you, with your job and your husband's job. But if the kids are at a good age, I think just spend it outside. Be out. The weather's good this summer. Be outside. Go to parks. Go and play. Go and play like One Man Wembley. The guy used to play with other kids at the park and get the football out. Or if you like cricket, play cricket. Play any sport you like. Be outdoors. If you're lucky enough to have a garden, be out in the garden non-stop.
God, he's like the sports minister, isn't he?
Because my kids sometimes are like, too hot, man. No pool, man. Like, just go outside and enjoy the weather because it'll soon change. We'll soon be September, October. The weather will change and we'll all be like, oh, I wish we'd done more in the summer. We've been blessed with an amazing summer so far.
We have been.
Get out, get to parks, enjoy.
Are you going on holiday on Monday?
Absolutely, yeah.
And how many of your kids are going with you?
I'm going on my own. I'm going with my partner. I'm not going with the kids.
This is Gabby Daycare.
My oldest son is away today. My oldest daughter is already away. So we'll see. We'll try and fit in a holiday.
So what about the
August.
youngest?
But they will get their holidays. Don't worry. But it's more about like when you're in this country. Look at what we had as kids. Well, we had as kids. Like if you were lucky enough to get to Great Yarmouth once every 2 or 3 years, that was amazing. These kids are spoiled. Don't have to go away every year, do they?
Would you advise that parents do a tablet and screen ban for like 2 days minimum over the week?
100%. Outdoors. Can't come inside until fill them up a drink. You know, those flasks that there are that keep them cold. Put some ice in there. Can't come in until you have lunch and dinner. Even after dinner, it stays light till 9 p.m. Now, outdoors. Today, my youngest son, we're going to the park. We're going to spend the whole evening playing football, playing a bit of one bounce, playing a bit of one touch. That's what it's about. Not indoors. Get out with the kids.
Oh, God, you're just...
You know, I agree though, Shebahn.
No, you sound like the dad of the year. I take my hat off to you. You do?
You know, I've been called that before. It's not the first year.
Daddy of the year.
I've been up for the award.
Sugar daddy of the year.
No, if you're lucky enough as a kid to, can I have an ice cream? Like you see the ice cream vans out and about. You can get them one McDonald's through the 6 weeks holidays. Let's bring back 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Let's roll it back.
Where kids are in the parks playing non-stop. Not sitting on iPads, not sitting on phones, indoors. Get out. Out.
The tantrums, though, that come after the whole iPad thing.
I don't care.
Start melting down and it's like...
You can't set them off now.
Oh, like, have your iPad, it's fine.
Surrender.
Mama's on the rosy. Give me an hour.
Don't make me laugh.
Listen, you have a good holiday and well done for all your work over the last...
Thank you guys. Yeah, it's been really difficult. And you know,
you will be missed.
Yeah, I'm going to really enjoy, and people will enjoy me off the radio for a couple of weeks.
We will. We'll all take that welcome
everyone's
break.
buzzing.
Gabby, have a good trip and have yourself a good one
Get your
today.
kids outdoors.
I'm back tomorrow with Dean Saunders. That will be a holiday in itself. I won't be speaking for 4 hours. Dean back from 6 o'clock tomorrow. Coming up next, Crookie is here to get bullied by Darren McAnthony.
You're a Chelsea fan, Tim. What's your view on Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, I mean, well, this season I've been a huge fan of what he's given us on the pitch. He's a great player to have. He's always popping up with one of those classic goals.